Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Adventures. Last time we finished up the investigation, we finally got Ginny to give us to sign the representation papers and whatever. Which means we are now officially her lawyer and are representing her in court. As of today. We're gonna start the trial today. Alright, hey Curb, welcome, how you doing? I just need to readjust a few things. I am out of the sling today, so I have a bit more freedom of movement. I'm actually finding I can move my arm a little more than I expected without it hurting. So that's nice. Okay, hold on. Okay. There's still a lot of things I can't really do with my arm, but I can at least hold a controller. So, let's start episode 5, Trial. When I awoke the following morning, Sato-san was already gone. Outside the window, the rain came down in sheets. Oh right, and Susato's leaving. She had the fucking, Hirugaeru. Wait, the fucking... That's the word, right? But anyway, the fucking... animation for turning around. Hold up, did I get that right? Hirugaesu. Sorry. I've been reading a visual novel in Japanese and I'm learning new terms and I'm like, okay, I need to just figure out ways to remember. It will make Pokemon playing Pokemon really easier. The thing is with my hand, I can't really twist it. So it's from the elbow. I can't really twist from the elbow, which makes it hard to really do too much. But in terms of just keeping it in one position, it's not too bad. I also can't extend it fully, but it's not a huge issue for playing games. And so began an even longer day than the last, one that I would remember for the rest of my days. Or until the second game, when we don't mention it. Well, we'll see. Alright. Good morning, Gina. I'm determined to prove your innocence today. I'm sure we can do it.
So where's your friend, then?
Sorry?
You know, her in the fancy dress. Susato, or whatever how you say it. I don't know.
Miss Susato had to leave early this morning. She was already gone by the time I woke up.
You alright with that, are ya? Forget about me if you like. Go and see her off.
It's fine. It's not as though Mr. Sato and I won't meet again. One day.
Even so...
But you, Gina. You only get one chance. This trial today is all we have.
Good morning, you two.
I had a feeling Iris is going to be our assistant.
How you feeling, Ginny? You managed to get sleep? Iris, what you doing here? What are you doing here? What do you mean? When a friend is in need, we show our support. Isn't that right, Waggy?
Hello.
Ah, Waggy!
Great way to show your support, kitty.
Them ever knows around. What am I gonna do?
Was it too much to use what instead? What? Oh.
What? What?
Yes, it has to be said a specific way.
That reminds me, I brought a paper on the way here. Now, would you like the good news or the bad news? What'd you say, Bruno? Ginny? Ginny?
Well, I think I'd rather get the bad news out of the way first.
Nah, always take the good news first. You might not live to hear the bad. Yes, that question always gives away people's personalities.
Let's not go there.
Alright then, I'll give you the bad news first. A record amount of rain has fallen this morning and carriages all over the capital are starting to move.
Huh? The bad news was a weather report.
So I hope Susie made a train to Dover and that train isn't delayed on the way to its port.
Gosh, yes.
I am. So what's the good news? Well, the rain is forecast to subside this afternoon.
So even
if the train is delayed, it should be able to make up the time later. Well, that is good news, isn't it?
I couldn't give him monkeys, really.
If only all good news cancelled out the bad.
And look, this trial's made the headlines too.
What?
Pawnbroker perishes and pig purse plunder. See?
How'd you like that? Well, let them say what they want. See if I care.
I can't, because you're covering your face. Oh, I get it, because you can't see. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Don't worry, Reno will show soon everyone this headline is nonsense.
I will?
And then in tomorrow's papers, the headlines will be... Discharged driver is dauntless do-gooder. Isn't that right, Bruno?
Oh, yes, I hope so.
Of course I will. I have absolute faith in you. How was that? I was trying to sound like Susie. Did it work? Did it work? Did it?
It's like she was still here.
What?
Good luck then, Reno. I'll do what I can. Obviously, I know what the law like Susie does, but still. I'll be by your side your whole time, giving you moral support and encouragement, and also shooting the witnesses in case they lie.
I'm sorry, what? I'm not sure that big thing is as comforting as you think it is, to be honest. But thank you, Iris. That's very kind of you.
Oh yeah, Iris.
Yes, Ginny?
You want me? Well, I was wondering, it's all about shoulders. Did they fix them up, right?
Yes, the operation was a great success, but Hurley still hasn't come around yet. I've asked a friend of mine at Scotland Yard to send a telegram as soon as he wakes up.
I'm sure Gregson will let us know the moment when there's news.
Oh, right.
No Sasato-san and no Mr. Sholmes. It's all down to me today, to prove that Gina's innocent of this crime.
Miss Gina Lestrade, counsel for the defense. The trial's about to begin. Please make your way into the courtroom.
It's time then.
Yes, let's go, Gina. Iris.
Lead the way, Bruno.
Alright, let's get started. I wonder how long this trial's gonna be. Poor Gina. She's trying to put on a brave face, but I can tell she's worried and scared. I have to believe in her from start to finish. That's the weapon that will secure our victory here.
Kazuma!
If I learned anything from my great friend, it's that... Oh, it's that. Alright. Oh, we've got some familiar faces in the jury. Two, I see. I saw Garadeb and the accountant lady as well.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. This trial shall determine the guilt or innocence of Miss Gina Lestrade. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready.
Lord Von Six.
My lord.
Remind me, how many years ago was it that you withdrew from the public prosecution service?
It was some 5 years ago, my lord. You know, I think this is the first game to not, like, change the... not change the prosecution just for the final case. And I think about it, how many games really did that? Because, so the first game we had basically a final boss sort of character for the prosecution of the final case. And the second game onwards, the second and third game, we basically had Edgeworth as the final boss each time. I think, if I recall correctly, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. No, actually, no, the third game, I don't think it was Edgeworth. Fourth game, I don't remember what happened in the fourth game either. at the end? Who was? I think it was just the regular prosecutor for that game. Edgeworth came back at the end of Dual Destinies, and then Spirit of Justice. Oh no, Spirit of Justice did have its own sort of prosecution-like thing. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, no, this is interesting because it means they're not just substituting the final boss effectively for a character we don't really know until the particular case we get to it. No, that's neat. I like that. I'm liking this a lot. Actually, did the first game swap out Edgeworth for the final case? I think it did briefly. I don't remember. Briefly, yeah. Not at the start. I think it was halfway through. So maybe they might change the Who would they change it for, though? We only know Van Zix as the only prosecutor in this game. Minus Ouchie. But yeah.
Yeah, yes, and then 2 months ago.
Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Yes, and then 2 months ago, you resurfaced somewhat unexpectedly. And yet, here you are again today. Are there some circumstances of which the court should be aware that have led to this erratic behavior? In what one might describe as your former life, 5 years past, you dealt exclusively in matters concerned with the highest echelons of society and government.
Really?
Yet today, you choose to try a simple case of burglary and murder. I confess I find it more than a little befuddling, counsel.
Van Zix does look like Edgeworth if he went through a phase. Absolutely. I think he's got the intimidating aura of Edgeworth without having the connection to the main character, which makes for a very unique sort of, I think, prosecution. Because he's got the aura of an Edgeworth-style prosecution, but he doesn't have any sort of connection to the main character, and it makes me even more intrigued, effectively.
There are two types of person I cannot abide. First, those wealthy scoundrels who hide beneath a mask of philanthropy to cheat the public at large.
He means McGilded, who you defended against the Reaper 2 months ago.
Yes, I just about managed to work that out. Thank you. Magnus McGilded. If I'd known what a monster he was, I never would have defended him.
And secondly, even more loathsome, those wily scoundrels who masquerade as allies, only to effect total betrayal in the final hour. In other words, the confident tricksters from those tiny islands in the Far East. The Nipponese.
What? Did he really just say that?
He means you now, Runa.
I actually managed to work that out too. Thank you, Aerith. Total betrayal? What are you talking about? That torrid look of hatred in Lord Van Zix's eyes. Was that directed solely at me? Was he talking about all Japanese people? Oh, interesting.
An alarmingly scathing explanation, Lord Van Zix. Still, the judiciary welcomes the return of the so-called Reaper of the Bailey, feared by Lord London's malefactors.
Your lordship is too kind.
Now, jurors, the 6 of you have been selected at random to represent the will of the people in this trial.
Well, now we know who wasn't a fan of anime in the room. There's a few... What the fuck? What the fuck? I just noticed the fucking... What was his name again? The fucking... terrorist on the right. What the fuck? Why is he here? Anyway, there's only... In that case, there's only one new character in the jury today, effectively. That little guy... Third in the row, effectively. Third from the left. And then the guy on the very far right. Oh god, is this gonna fucking tie into the whole... Oh yeah, the Russian terrorist guy or whatever. Oh jeez, really?
Former Lieutenant of the British Army here, don't you?
Oh wait, hang on.
Former Lieutenant of the British Army here, don't you know? Just what we were born with.
Clean crockery, clean cutlery, and a clean conscience. His lordship's motto is very appropriate here, I think.
Oh no! Oh no! I can't fucking cross my eyes. Don't remind me.
Everything will be stereoscopic in the future. Absolutely everything, and I'm ready for it.
I don't understand it. I can't have left it in there. It's not possible. But could I have?
Woman indispensable in society. Stop. Female-centric future. Oh wait. Stop.
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
She's communicating via Morse code.
Something wrong, Rena?
Not exactly. It's just. I'm fairly sure I recognize these jurors. Almost all of them, in fact.
Really? Funny coincidences like that do happen from time to time, don't they? But it is quite strange that there is a dress and a friend from London's 6 million inhabitants, you know?
So I've been led to believe, but something tells me I'm being duped. Oh my god. Why are they letting a child into the court? She does have a doctorate. Maybe that's why?
Very well. Now, Lord Von Felix. The court calls upon the prosecution to introduce the facts of the case.
As you wish, my lord. Allow me to begin with a word of warning to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury. In short, there has never been a more self-evident case of cold-blooded murder.
No!
The victim, Mr. Pop Windybank, proprietor of a pawn shop on Baker Street, was shot from behind and died instantly. The prosecution presents this photographic print of the crime scene. As the court will observe, there is a single bullet wound just below the gentleman's left shoulder. The evidence suggests that the bullet pierced the man's heart, resulting in near instant death. Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner. His report states that the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory.
And what's that supposed to tell us?
It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. Someone like the accused, you might say.
Oh!
The prosecution wishes to present the autopsy report and crime scene photograph as evidence, my lord.
Indeed, the court accepts. Hand them to the bailiff, please.
Your autopsy report. Okay, let's take a look at this. I'm curious. Oh, okay, and the photograph. Okay. Before we do this, let's take a read of this. Okay. We have a lot of evidence here. Oh wait, actually, I didn't even look at this. Winnie Bank.
Homebroker perishes, pickpockets, thunder, hell Virginia, I mean.
But tomorrow's headline will be Discharge Divers Dauntless Do-Gooer, right?
Yes, something like that. If possible, I'd like to go even bigger.
Bigger? How?
Proud pickpocket, protects planet post-trial, perhaps.
Protects planet?
Oh, I can't wait for tomorrow now. So it'll be so great.
What are you, fucking making the same ass, alliteration as Natsume Soseki? What is this?
There's a sensational story lower down in the front page as well. Look, Ministry Mall classified secrets may have been leaked overseas from Ministry of Justice.
For a 10-year-old, Iris certainly has a finger on the pulse of the world news.
It's about secret communication between Great Britain and its allies. Apparently being intercepted by hostile nations.
Communications are being intercepted, but how would somebody be doing that?
That's the question, isn't it? I've come up with 3 different possible, methods so far.
I wonder.
Are you looking for a new career, Verna?
No, of course not. I wonder. Perhaps this is what Lord Strongheart was talking about yesterday.
Yes, it could be. and it could explain why he has Greggy running from pillar to post at the moment.
Interesting. That's gonna be evidence later. I wonder how it's gonna link into this case, though. I'm guessing this is all the same. Yeah, okay. Alright. I figured I'd take a look at that. Now let's take a look at the autopsy. So, details of victim, Pop Windybank, pawnbroker. He died between 1 and 1:30 a.m. Reporting party, Ryu Nosuke Naruhodo, okay. Post-mortem findings, single bullet wound in upper half of victim's back, no other visible signs of trauma, okay. Autopsy findings, instant death from a posterior bullet wound to the heart. The bullet entered the body from the back on a gently rising diagonal trajectory. Okay. Postero-anterior, I think is what it's saying. So nothing new, and we'll take a look at the image. Really isn't that much to see here.
I now ask the court to turn its attention to this plan of the establishment where the incident occurred. The proprietor was found in the storeroom where he kept articles pawned to him.
Oh, after the proprietor? Yeah.
A windowless room with a single point of entry. A door to the main shop was found locked. In this sealed chamber, there were only 2 persons present. The victim, Mr. Windybank, and the accused. It may further interest the court to know that when the accused was discovered at the scene, she had in her hand the gun used to fire the fatal bullet.
Isn't that a Sword Online title, Fatal Bullet? I feel like it is.
Well, that's it then.
Is the girl a little pickpocket anyway?
She's one of the filthy crabs that lives on the knees then.
Oh well, it was only a matter of time before she got her blood in her hands then.
What did you resort to? The yourself?
Objection!
We can't jump to conclusion here. We mustn't shame the guilt because what she has to do to survive.
Pray forgive, my learned Nipponese friend. It is you who mustn't jump to conclusions. The prosecution has barely begun presenting its case. Conveniently, this appalling act of murder did not go unobserved. There were witnesses.
Good gracious!
After their testimony, this girl's true nature will be exposed. Pitiful pickpurse or cold-hearted killer. Here's to establishing the truth.
The court will take the floor plan and the firearm to evidence. Hand it to the bailiff, please, Lord Von Zix.
At once, my lord.
Alright. At least give this a look over. I definitely want to take a look at the gun. This isn't good.
I feel like the mood in here's turned very gloomy all of a sudden, Bruno.
Yes. So while we have the chance, actually, I'm curious. The gilded case note. Okay. Let's take a look at the gun first. I'm curious if there is anything on here we can take a look at. Particularly, like, say, in the barrel? This is Mr. Windybank's knife. The cylinder is completely empty.
Mr. Windybank always used to keep this gun on hand at his shop counter.
Yes, but only with the single bullet loaded, I understand.
That's right. He kept all the pawned articles that were in his safe.
But his one bullet was fired that night, and the poor man lost his life. Was he protecting his shop, I wonder? Trying to keep the articles safe? Okay, sound dialogue. Is there anything of note that I can investigate? I kind of feel like there should be. But I'm not seeing anything. Yeah, I'm not really seeing anything. Okay. Cool. Let's take a look at the map real quick. Yeah, not too much here to take in. I think that's because it has. Holy shit, he's getting real so fucking quickly. Let us begin. I don't know why I took a pause there.
Bring forth the witness to the foul murder of Mr. Pop Windybank on the 16th of April of this year.
Oh, hello. Couldn't have hung up somewhere instead of throwing it into the room. I mean, there's the fucking lamp over there. He could have hung it up there, yeah.
Witnesses, state your names and occupations for the court.
Hold up. What kind of voice?
Name's Nash Skulkin. Occupation is Betty. Professional Betty. Name's Brinker Skulkin. Occupation's Jameson. Tobias Gregson, Scotland Yard Inspector.
That's right. What we call the three Skulkin brothers.
Oh.
Why you look at me like that for? Don't let me in with you lot.
God blimey, that cold. Don't you know what was for?
It's all the book. Look, contact with him. Well, so it's cool. Yeah, we should have called it the capital.
Then last night we came across you, the very spit of the block. Ain't that right, Ringo?
It is Nash. The very
Bit of him. Okay, I don't get the pun with Nash, but Dingo is the Japanese word for apple. And that must be why he has an apple in his hand right now. Oh, Nashi. Oh, okay. No, that makes more sense. So pear and apple. Yeah, okay. Well, that's funny. So we've got Nashi and pear and Dingo. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting that they decided to romanize it as Nash. Maybe to make it sound more British. I don't know. Because, Nashi would... Like, if it was Nashi, right? That's just Japanese for pear. So, I don't know. Anyway. What we was gonna do, Scott the was gonna do, we was gonna call you. Call ya. Big Bro Sulky.
Come on, leave it out, you two.
Sulky Sulkin? And that's before he's run out of chips.
Well then, Inspector Sulky Gregson. Begging your pardon, my lord, but the name's Tobias. What I would like to know, Inspector, is what you are doing in the witness stand.
The Skulkin brothers are currently under arrest, my lord, on suspicion of theft.
Thieves, are they? These three? No, my lord. Begging your pardon, but please don't let me in with this lot.
2 nights ago, these 2 brothers illegally entered an establishment with intent to burgle. And in the course of their nefarious activities, they became embroiled in a far more sinister crime.
By Jove, you mean to say, what an extraordinary coincidence!
Indeed, my lord, while attempting to burglarize a pawnbrokery, they witnessed its proprietor's murder.
Order! Order!
The various trespasses of these brothers is not the subject of today's proceedings, though they will naturally face trial in the very near future.
With your lordship's permission, I'd like to remain in the stand to keep these gents on this red hour. Of course, Inspector. Skeptical as I am about the caliber of the witnesses, I will permit them to take the stand.
Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
Okay, sorry. I was like, Mr. and Mrs. Right? You know, I don't hear that too often. Mr. Sulkin. And yeah, Mr. and Mr. Sulkin.
You will now testify before the court. Describe the events of the night in question and what exactly you saw.
Happy to? Cause the Sulkins never skulkin.
Get out of it.
Oh god. This is fun. I really like even the individual witnesses. I hate them already. I love the duality of man. I love how we have completely different reactions. He looks like... Actually, you know what? I just realized the fucking guy... Ringo looks like he has a fucking... peach-shaped face. Butt-shaped face. I wonder if that's meant to be a reference to like a peach. And then it's like... The guy on the left meant to be like an eggplant or something. I'm Gregson in this scene. Illegal entry, I think.
I was walking down Baker Street in this morning, and the gas door was ajar, you see.
It was like some kind of sign begging us to go in, it was.
Yeah, raccoon eyes. Oh, like, yeah.
Oh, for God's sake, God blimey, Louis, we heard a gunshot from the back of the room. I went to see what we want, but the door was locked from the inside. We never done nothing, Governor. Governor? MP Governor? We never took nothing. We just left after that nursing riot.
Can you actually understand what I'm saying? Out of curiosity. Do I need to change the voices? If you can't understand, okay, you can. Okay, good.
A terrible coincidence, it would seem. At the precise moment these miscreants entered the property, an even more sinister crime was afoot.
Somehow makes more sense than the writing. Well, that's good.
The witness's testimony is consistent with the crime scene in every detail. The door providing access to the storeroom from the main shop was indeed locked from the inside, and within only the victim and the accursed were found.
The accused. I said the accursed, but okay.
I must say, it does appear to be an overwhelmingly simple case. Still, the defense may cross-examine the witnesses now, of course. Counsel, if you please. Counsel?
Yes.
What's the matter, Bruno?
Sorry, I was just stunned into silence for a minute by the blatant lies being told by the pair in the stand. I know that it's all nonsense because I saw it with my own eyes. I'll just have to expose their testimony for the pack of lies it is. Alright. They're probably trying to cover for their own asses, because, you know, they are criminals, right? Walking down Baker Street in the small hours, and the Gap store was ajar. Okay. It was like some kind of sign, being honest with going it was. Okay. Let me just double check. Someone said, we had a gunshot from the back room. Went to see what was what. The door was locked from the inside. We never done nothing, Governor. We never took nothing. We just left it nice and quiet. Well, let me check the door was ajar. Hold it! The front door of Windybanks was ajar, you say? What time of night was this?
Must have been what, Ringo?
It looks like Waluigi.
Yeah, I'd say that's right, Silky.
How would I know? The place would have been shut at 1 in the morning, just like every other job in town.
Well, it's pretty block of joy, that's all. Isn't that right, Ringo? I'm not so sure, Nash. I remember a little light by the side. What about you, Skokie, me mocha?
They're both Waluigi and Wario in disguises.
Leave me alone.
There definitely was a small lamp burning inside. That's what alerted us to the situation in the first place.
And when these gentlemen ventured into the open establishment, the accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, already had the muzzle of her gun
Objection!
on the fortunate victim.
That's pure conjecture.
Perhaps, but it changes nothing. These brothers inadvertently wandered into the middle of a cold-blooded murder, simply because they found the door of the victim's establishment open and ventured inside.
Right, that's what happened.
What is the... What is the evidence that, like, you said it was a pack of lies, right? I'm just trying to figure out what exactly it was, which I needed to do. 3 samples of blood analyzed, okay. Okay. Hold it! Let me press this one. Do you mean the door between the main shop and the storeroom?
If my lone friend is having difficulty grasping the situation, perhaps a drawing would help. Excluding the shop's entrance from the street, there was only one door, that of the storeroom.
Of course, there was a little oil lamp burning, not much to see, boy. And the door was in by the curtain and all.
That's right. When we arrived, the door was mostly obscured by the curtain. Tell me, why exactly did you try to open that door?
Oh?
Any normal petty thief would run at the sound of a gunshot, I would think.
Well, you're the rabbit, Ringo. Well, not all. Yes. Suppose you'd have to say we have normal, eh?
Broadly speaking, humans respond in one of 2 ways on hearing a gunshot or scream. The timid flee, gripped by fear, while the courageous investigate to see if they might help. These gentlemen of the latter inclination, my learned Nipponese friend, it would seem, is of the former.
Alright, somehow I just proved that I was a coward that night.
Thank you, counsels. So I believe we all understand that the door was locked and could not be opened. Proceed, witnesses.
Okay. I'm not sure about this statement.
Hold it!
You didn't do or take anything. Is that your story?
Well, was Balron somewhere? Well, gosh, it was. Didn't even have time to pull the dogs on me lossy lockets.
So with no time to take your hat out of your pocket, you just left nice and quietly, you say.
That was good, no? Not when we ate more on violence. Peace-loving nibblers we are, not bludgers. Well, that's we are. Never even pulled me dogs out of me lossy lockets.
So, you'd clearly like us to believe.
Welcome again. Welcome again.
As you fled from the pawnbrokers that night, did you not run into anyone else? And did you not fire a gun at that person?
Sent alive, they fired a gun, you say?
Blimey, governor. You told us it was you in that doorway.
It was.
Why the bleeding Nora? Didn't you mention it before?
You were armed with a gun. As you fled the scream, you fired that gun at London's greatest detective, Sherlock Holmes.
They shot the whole great Mr. Holmes. I did hear that, actually. There was a room he had been rushed to hospital. The great Holmes, that's beyond the pale.
On the night in question, this pair were arrested by the police within minutes of the discovery of the crime scene. their suspicious countenance rapidly gave them away. And when searched, a firearm was indeed found in their possession. Furthermore, the barrel showed signs of a shot having been fired from it. The prosecution invited his lordship to examine the firearm recovered from these brothers.
Yes, indeed. Remnants of powder around the muzzle, as you say, Counsel. The court will this weapon as evidence.
Now, my learned Nipponese friend,
Yes?
here's to you successfully presenting the evidence. For yes, there are telltale signs of spent powder in this gun, and a single bullet missing from the cylinder. But the prosecution demands the evidence that it was fired at the scene of the crime, under scrutiny in this trial.
Objection! Well, I don't need evidence.
Never say that in court, Naruhodo.
Because I was there!
Objection!
However, the rest of us in this courtroom were not. If the defense fails to provide evidence in support of its rash claim, we shall have no choice but to toast your incompetence and move on.
Evidence that these two fired that gun before they left the Windy Banks that night. Fuck it easy, mate.
The court demands a federal cleaver. What evidence shows that these witnesses left a firearm at the pawnbrokers that night?
Okay, so first of all, I think it's this. It's the bullet, right? But like, is this the picture we present? Let's see. I'm guessing it's this. But that's the only thing that really shows, but let's at least investigate the gun. So, there's ammunition still loaded in 5 of this. Yeah. Yes, which tells us that only a single shot has been fired from it. Exactly. The bullet that hit early, in fact, isn't it? Yes, it happened almost as soon as we walked in through Windy Bank's door. I'll make those brothers pay! I'll make them pay! Okay. Anything else to investigate on this gun? Considering they let us inspect these guns when there really isn't anything to look at. Anyway, I think the evidence is this. The evidence is in this portfolio.
What? What on earth do you have there, Counsel?
Okay, cool.
During the course of our investigation, we discovered a number of bloodstains.
not trusting the police to do the job they're trained to do. How arrogantly Nipponese of you.
Well, anyway, that's rhymed, but we analyzed all the blood samples we found and recorded the results in this portfolio.
And you claim to have the evidence, of course, demanding therein.
Yes, my lord.
No more darling then, Counsel. Present the burden evidence at once. What do you have in your portfolio that proves these witnesses unloaded a firearm at the scene?
Take that!
What is that? Explain!
It's a photographic print taken at Windybank's pawnbrokery the day of the incident.
From the scene of the crime, is it? Is that a bullet hole? And if you didn't mind, do not say me, it appears a bullet still lodged in there.
Yes, as your lordship noticed, the bullet pierced Mr. Windybank's calendar. The date shown being the 16th of April, the very day of the pawnbroker's death.
The incident occurred at 1 hour after midnight, but this indicates a separate shot had been fired sometime after the calendar had been set to the 16th.
That's right. And while it isn't irrefutable, the defense believes that this is credible evidence that the witnesses did fire a round from their gun in the pawnbroker's lot that night.
Okay. Order! How does the prosecution stand, Lord Von Zieks?
Still.
If that is the direction my learned friend wishes to take, the prosecution has no objection.
He's gonna say it's not relevant to the case.
But you'll forgive me for flinging my hallowed chalice aside in disgust of the repugnancy it exposes. Yes, on the night in question, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery. Pawnbrokery illegally.
I can't speak tonight. Hey, Bank, welcome.
And like the bold baddies they claim to be, opened fire on the new arrivals before fleeing back onto the streets.
Take it easy, Governor. You're gonna land us in the swamp.
We're gonna let him into the heroes. Cookie, to the bug steak.
I have nothing to add.
So he knew, did he? Von Zieks knew their testimony would almost certainly expose the extent of their crimes.
It would seem now that I owed my learned Nipponese friend a word of gratitude.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that you have helpfully confirmed an important fact.
To what fact do you refer, Lord Von Zieks?
As has been established, at the point of their arrest, a single shot had been fired from the brother's gun. However, if that shot had found its target in Mr. Sholmes, then clearly these witnesses cannot be accused of the fatal shooting of the proprietor and victim. In other words, these two men have no material connection to the murder of Mr. Windybank at all.
So that's it. Oh. Holy shit, they keep missing.
That's it. Nothing to do with it. We didn't, Nash. We didn't. That's what I reckon.
Your crimes include unlawful entry, intent to steal, perjury, and, let us not forget, attempted murder.
Quite a catalog, eh, fellas?
We're in for it now, bro.
Now then, let's take a moment to consider the aforementioned great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. It would seem the man patronized the pawnbroker in question somewhat regularly.
Where's he going with this?
Mr. Sholmes appears to take pleasure in tinkering with eccentric machinery.
Eccentric? Says who? Not me. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look.
He installed a pair of machines, like this one in the victim's shop.
Oh, that's one of Hurley's red-handed recorders.
What is that, counsel? It is the appearance of a photographic contraption.
It is what we call CCTV, but really shit, I might add. As your lordship has surmised, it is indeed a camera attached to a small timing device.
Every half an hour, it automatically photographs the interior of the establishment. The idea bank that if a thief were to break into the shop, he would be caught red-handed.
The prosecution has obtained the photographs
Excuse me.
taken by the device on the night in question. As the court will observe, copious identical prints are produced in quite desultory fashion.
Okay. Interesting.
rather prodigal, I feel.
In fact, there is 2 such devices in the victim's shop, my lord.
From a different angle, yeah?
I may refer to the court to the plan of the premises. The respective positions are here and here.
You say these cameras are produced and print every half hour. I'm afraid I fail to see how that would help if the anticipated thief conducted one of the many 30-minute interviews.
One can only pray that the would-be criminal lingers, my lord. On the night of the question, the witness currently in the stand were not caught on the camera.
That's a bit of vile talk, ain't it, Brooke? Lady's gloves was a skulker. Witnesses, at what time did your trespassing begin? Must have been just at the wall. Right, Brooke? Must have been Nash. Must have been, yep. Just walk on walk.
In which case, minutes before these brothers entered the establishment. What scene might we expect to see within the shop? Let us examine the evidence.
Oh, fuck.
Good Lord! It's the defendant! Miss Gina Lestrade!
As the court can clearly see, the accused's picture, gun in hand, facing the victim over the shop counter, no doubt coercing the proprietor to open his door to the storeroom.
Quite! One can only imagine the events that unfolded. The court will take this photographic print as evidence, if you please, counsel.
Well, that's interesting.
I don't believe it! Ginny! In short, the accused is the only person who could possibly have killed Mr. Windy Bank.
Oh! I say, my lord. Who's this?
I say, what if I put in a word at this point?
Yeah, please.
Go ahead, Mr. Foreman. Took a belly buffet to the year the Battle of the Mine won in 1880, don't you know? Decorator refused to fight for service, sadly. Gosh, a medal can never outshine the exploits of chaps like us on the battlefield. Yes, Mr. Foreman, and what exactly is your point? Don't go to a battle after attempt, you see, the battle of daily life, if you like. And here I am now, leading the small squadron. 6 men, no grown crew. I'm out here, my word, 1 for a war for 1!
Get to the fucking point. The ladies and gentlemen of the jury have reached the agreement, have they? Is that what we to understand?
Well, Mr. Foreman, is that correct? No matter speaking English. This is good.
Okay, we're gonna have to do the fucking...
That profit amendment on the double.
His lordship insists on proper shoot at all time, and that goes for making decisions too.
I think you'll find the truth is close now. I could reach out and touch it.
I wouldn't have left it in there. I just wouldn't. But on all honesty, I can't actually remember.
Situation clear. Stop. No room for doubt. Stop. Truth now undeniable. Stop.
I am very sorry for brothers. They are unlucky. They are unlucky.
I don't have to do a Russian accent.
Very well. I now call upon each of my Mercedes and leading in the back. They should consider verdict.
Guilty.
Okay.
Guilty.
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 Wow, that's an intimidating voice.
It does appear that the jury is unanimous in its leaning already.
That photograph. It must be the definitive evidence that Gregson mentioned. But Ginny didn't shoot him! No, of course not. My lord, The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination.
Very well, the court grants permission.
So, you refuse to admit defeat again. How unsurprising.
We shall proceed immediately with the summation examination. Mr. Foreman, all the members of the jury ready. Absolutely sorry for infraction, Very good. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you each explain on what grounds you have determined the defendant to be guilty. All the evidence clear reports of you get a young pickpocketing.
As a housemaid, I should like to see all these filthy eyesores promptly and rigorously eliminated. I think you'll find that to look at the photograph in the stereo, the truth will just pop out.
If I have left it, I think I should be at the repercussions. There'll be repercussions now.
Mind made up, stop. Global radio transmission verdict to follow. Stop. Motherland, we never say judge by clothes, judge by head. I am convinced brothers are innocent.
Well, that's fucking interesting.
The circumstance of the crime and the evidence to implicate the defendant rather comprehensively.
The storeroom locked from the inside, in which the victim and the accused were discovered alone, and in the accused's hand, the fatal revolver, the firing which was heard by these witnesses.
Not to mention this burnt.
Well, if we get the one at 1:30, that'd be helpful. Excuse me. Where's the typo? Wait, where's the typo? Oops, I meant to bring up the history.
Take a promo trap for scene action on the battlefield. Young girls are inadvertently the bally trigger.
Whose should be whose? Wait. The last line. Oh yeah, who has seen, not whose. Yeah, I see. Thanks a lot, Mr. Sholmes.
Oh dear, all these cameras were supposed to help, not hinder.
I'm afraid I think you have an uphill struggle ahead of you.
But Gina didn't shoot Mr. Winniebank. Which means there's more to this situation that we've yet to see.
Agreed.
You have the floor, counsel. Proceed with the summation examination.
Jury examination. Elementary. Alright.
Hold it!
What do you mean, look at the photograph in stereo?
Sorry, what? Don't you know? If you look at the photographic print normally, it looks as though the pickpocket was about to shoot the victim. Obviously.
Objection! But there's no indication that the defendant ever fired the gun.
Oh, I'm saying that if we look at the same printed stereo, it could reveal all sorts of new information.
By any chance, are you a fan of stereoscope?
Oh, how did you know?
Let's call it a lucky guess.
It never gets old, the two, seeing the two prints merge into one before your eyes. It's extraordinary, captivating, the height of modernity.
Of course.
Oh yes, I think you'll find that the stereoscope here is to stay. Gives you perspectives you can only dream of before. It's the greatest invention the world has ever seen.
If only you could give me a new perspective on this case, I might agree with you. What if it will? What do you mean?
Hold it!
What exactly have you been muttering about all this time, sir? You keep talking about having left something somewhere or something like that.
Sorry. So sorry. I promise I'm a surgeon.
A surgeon? That totally passed me by.
Of course, people conducting surgery in this country aren't considered to be doctors. Oh no. Even though me and my kind are the forefront of medical science, the real brains in the field.
So, what is that you think you've left behind?
Oh, well, that's a little embarrassing, to be honest. You see, I was operating on someone yesterday. Standard thing, went into the abdomen. But when I finished the procedure, I couldn't find my scalpel anywhere.
What? Did he? Surely not.
Exactly, surely not, you say to yourself, don't you? Worrying, isn't it? That's what's been troubling me this whole time. Could I really have left my scalpel inside the fellow's belly? No, of course I couldn't. So, there you have it. Like I said, a little embarrassing, really.
That's one way of putting it. The other's man's. Already found this? Oh, you're playing along with me. Gotcha.
That's exactly my concern. And seeing as this case appears to be all but sewn up, I need to focus on trying to remember exactly what I've sewn up elsewhere. Now, I'm sure I've made sure everything was back as it should be. Well, as sure as you can be without being sure.
I'm sure you need to be more sure. Alright, drill number 5. Hold it! Sorry, radio transmission? What do you mean? Are you from the Far East? Stop! Yes. From the Empire of Japan. All communication with Far Eastern nation used to take place by mail. Royal Mail steamers take more than a month to complete the journey. But now we have the electric telegram, so we can send messages using electrical signals. Thousands of miles of cables have been laid along the ocean beds connecting the entire world. Thousands of miles of cable on the ocean bed? It makes my head hurt just thinking about it. You're well informed, lady. But cables will become a thing of the past. Stop. And just when was I starting to catch up? Just when I was starting to catch up. Ready for the future, stop. Birds carried over airways. The four corners of the globe, stop. And she's time growing, stop. Atmosphere electric, stop. Right, try not to wear out your fingers. Aerosol wireless telegraphy, stop. Driving technology, stop. Well, when people say inventions like this, they get behind the technology. What utter piffle? Can't understand it, I really can't. They're just silly toys. Excuse me. Hello. Juror number 3. Sorry to interrupt when you're obviously fuming, but... What?! Do you perhaps something to say about juror number 5's last remark? As if I couldn't guess. Oh, you bet I do! Say that again, go on! I dare you! Goodness, are you talking to me? I think just might be yes. You think stereoscopes are just toys, do you, huh? Huh? Absolutely. I mean, really, a machine to view photographs in 3 dimensions. Why on earth would you not just use your eyes to look at the world around you? It's all 3-dimensional. What a great way to appease a man. No, I'm sorry. Stereoscopes are of no practical use at all. You just don't know! Pardon? I think you'll find that viewing a photograph through a stereoscope can unlock all sorts of possibilities. I'm going to have to demonstrate. What sort of possibilities? Well, take a crime scene, for example. If it appear for... Conveniently crafted. Paragraph for the crime scene. That can give you the stereoscope. You can reveal hidden clues you never even noticed before. What? Have you got any, you know? Any prints we could look at with the stereoscope? Absolutely. How about this print here? It should do the trick, I think. This one, perhaps. Take that! I was wrong. I can't actually think of anything we could use at all. What? Stereoscope on your brain sometime. What's that supposed to mean? Oh shit. Did I fuck up? Hold it! Conversation. I fucked up. Okay. Okay, hold on. Wait, did I fuck up? I really can't. They're just silly toys. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Excuse me! Okay.
try this again. I'm actually gonna save just so it's easier in case I need a load. Yeah, so let's save. Just in case I need to load this again. Absolutely. How about this print here? So do I present then the photograph?
Take that!
Okay, I wasn't sure. Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this without any suitable photographic prints? Of course I can! Very well then. I'd like you to demonstrate. I'm delighted. Just give me one more print and I'll amaze you all. Hello. I only have this one.
Take that!
Wait, sorry, what do you mean one more print? Oh dear, don't you have these in the Far East? Don't you know how this gyroscope works? No. What? You need 2 photographs for a stereoscope, you remember? You know, one for the left eye and one for the right. Oh yes, I remember now. But the print we have from the pawnbroker is just a normal photograph.
No, I think you're fine. It's as close as its name. It's a stereoscope, not a monoscope. You always need 2.
Okay, and for the friendly explanation.
Well, if we obtain another print at some point later in the trial, we can always show it to this young man then.
Oh! I think you'll find that know-it-all expression is really starting to annoy me. Huh. Okay. Interesting.
Hold it!
You're Mr. Nutmere's landlord, Mr. Garrett, aren't you? You really must stop eating me like this.
More than a lawyer, sir. Well, there's a turn up for the books. Yes, rather turbulent time we had back then.
Some extraordinary events took place at your house, that's for sure. Luckily, Mr. Sholmes and I were able to get to the bottom of it all. I think we did rather a lot for you, didn't we? I mean, obviously, I wouldn't be suggesting that therefore you should change your lean to not guilty or anything.
Compliment I suppose. The curse of the Garrett house was the talk of the town after that business. Not as much after they could get a body sold to take up the tendencies.
Oh,
I won't have to break the Easter journey yet. Bad enough that all girls clapped up. Yes, can't be denied. We did do rather a lot, but not for us, that's for dash certain.
I suppose not.
Of course. There can be no suggestion of that being the reason I'm leaning towards guilty here, obviously.
Obviously, but honestly, I really wish you paid more attention to the trial, and less to juror number 2. What do you mean, less to juror?
Hold it!
Polishing the bench, I see. Again.
Mate's work is never done, not a blemish must remain.
What exactly do you mean by filthy eyesores?
On my way to the market for his worship, I have to pass through the East End. The place is full of beggars, pickpurses, and crossmen, the scum of the earth.
A little harsh, perhaps.
Let me be plain. If it were up to me, all those black slums would be made spick and span and all eradicated. And it were people like the great detectives working to achieve important goals.
You're referring to Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
That's right, I like to keep abreast of his exploits by reading Rand's magazine between my duties. And his work is cleaning up London streets. In my opinion, he should be declared an honorary maid of the capital.
Mr. Sholmes, a maid.
It is really quite unforgivable. Gutter scum having the audacity to shoot our very greatest detective.
Minor detail. There's the 2 brothers who stand in the stand who shot Mr. Sholmes, not the defendant.
Minor detail indeed. They're all gutter scum as far as I'm concerned.
Well, it just might be an idea to get our facts straight anyway.
Yes, all right. I shall amend my statement.
Something She's going for shooting the detective. Okay.
Hold it!
Please tell me you're not violent Bolshevik. Yeah, the Russian revolutionary. Revolutionary, that's right.
Da, I believe there is such rumor.
It's just a rumor.
As you see, I have unfortunate appearance. I look like vicious criminal.
Your words, not mine. I just want to point that out.
People call me revolutionary, murderer, autocrat.
And which glove fits?
Good day. I am visiting London for sightseeing. I would like to take bus to Crystal Tower, please.
Right, that didn't sound staged at all. You'll forgive me for having my doubts.
To be treated like vicious criminal all the time is very painful. People do not realize. So have much sympathy for these brothers. People say they are criminals only because of how they look.
The Skulkin brothers.
Maybe they went inside Pawnbroker's shop, but they had done nothing wrong. That is all I want to say.
The Skulkin brothers, there's nothing wrong that night. Alright, well, first of all, that's one not so little misunderstanding. I'll clear up straight away.
Tell me something, Iris.
What's this, Bruno? The jurors are trains up round from the inhabitants of London town, aren't they? Yes, it's amazing, isn't it? In that case, how is that there's a Russian tourist sitting among them? Among us, who looks like the world, looks for all the world like a revolutionary. I wish I knew. If I can't change the mind of more than half of these 6 jurors, the trial will be over. But we know that Ginny would never suit anyway. Yes, so if I find contradictions with these and pit them against each other, I must be ready to go whatever lengths I have to convince them of Gina's innocence. Okay, I think. Objection! There we go. Those two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good Lord! Counsel, explain yourself.
Oh my statement? Contradictory? Juror number 6, you've got the wrong end of the stick.
I do not have stick. I have mouse.
Well, there's new music. As juror number 2 said earlier, when the Skulkin brothers fled the scene of the night in question, they fired a shot from their revolver. Yes, they shot poor Mr. Sholmes in the abdomen, I understand. Surely you're not going to tell the court now that you didn't hear.
Abdomen. ABD.
Sir?
Sorry. My English is still learning.
You are telling the court you didn't hear.
Forgive me, I did not hear. Here is the word. Abdomen. Part of person's body containing stomach and other vital organs. If this is what you mean, you should stay in plain English. I am Russian, not a native speaker.
Who thought it was a good idea to let this man be on the jury again?
So, you are telling me these brothers who look like criminals were lying? They said before we never done nothing, but truly they shot the detective. This is double negative.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Lying is wrong, especially in liars said as person who looks like criminal.
Coming from you, that seems surprisingly prejudiced.
This means when they said we never took nothing, maybe it was also a big fat lie. Is this true?
Well, according to the police report, no stolen goods were found, so...
Enough. I trust no one now.
It's not the mouse's fault, though, sir.
I must see what's on. I must investigate the crime scene myself.
I'm afraid that won't be possible. Yes, it is, Bruno. Easily. Sorry. It's prints from Hurley's red hand for recorder. There we go. We get the other the recorder. Not the mouse. If you compare the print that pictures Ginny and the next print for half an hour later, you'll be able to see straight away if anything was taken or not. Cooey, Mr. Prosecutor.
Tut. Calling on the prosecution in the middle of the summation examination of all time. The print showing the accused is this one. Following this, the victim and the accused moved into the storeroom. Meanwhile, the Skulkin brothers entered the shop and summarily heard the fatal gunshot ring out. Sadly, none of these events were captured on film. This is the print produced by the camera half an hour after the brothers took flight.
Yes, the thing was destroyed. The lamp. Okay. Here we go.
Nothing has been taken.
That does seem to be the case. Can't notice anything that's obviously missing in the second print. I can. It's just that the text box is covering it. But I knew because I saw it earlier anyway.
So the brothers who look like criminals told only one lie. They shot Barney, but they stole nothing.
It would seem so, yes.
Good.
No, not good.
You were right. I did not understand the situation. Now I know brothers have lied. I think it is very important to continue trying.
Go. Yay! Well done, Bruno. The balance is shifting. Well, it's a start, I suppose. But there must be more in what those jurors are saying that I can use to expose the truth. And if I can do that, we just might turn the situation in favor still.
Thank you, counsel. Continue with the summation examination. And kindly hand the new photographic print to the bailiff to be filed as evidence.
Alright, now I can do this. Another print in the court record. I wonder if we can make use of that. There we go. Hold it! Can it really show up new clues though? Don't know, let's try. Here we go.
Take that!
Alright then, juror number 3. Are you saying you can do this with any two suitable photographic prints?
Of course I can!
Very well then, I'd like you to demonstrate.
I would like you to give me one more print and I'll make you all.
Take that!
Alright, these two prints were both taken with the same camera and Winty bag, so it was nice and question.
Yes, I see. Now, Mr. Lawyer, do you know how stereographic industries work? Do you understand the principle?
Well, I think so. I did have a lesson only yesterday. The left and right eye images are meant to be the same, only with a slight shift in the position of some of the objects. Then, when your brain merges the two images together, it noticed the shift as if it were death. Have fun.
Yes, exactly.
I can't cross my eyes, so I don't quite know what to do here. It's that shift between certain objects in the two pictures that's really important. So what happens if you use the two photographs that are exactly the same then?
No, absolutely that wouldn't work at all. Not for seeing the scene three-dimensionally.
Memories of yesterday come back. I can't cross my eyes. Oh! Of course, now I see.
I think the...
I have. Can you uncross your eyes before you tell me? Yeah, I can't cross my eyes. I'm just looking up at this point. And hurting my eyes. Oh, go on. I'm gonna Google something quickly. How to cross eyes. WikiHow is absolutely the first result for that. It's so funny. Steps! Warm up your eyes. Learn to... Oh, I read there's learn to close your eyes. Never mind. Never mind, it says cross your eyes. Yeah, I can't do this. Yeah, can I see the difference without going cross eyes? Yeah, I know. But like, I can't cross my eyes. That's the problem. And now I'm fucking questioning the WikiHow article as gifts. Oh my god, it fucking does. Oh my god, that's fucking... Am I supposed to see like the tip of my nose or something? Because like whenever I see it, it's like one eye takes over. And the other isn't even looking at my nose, that's the thing. Yeah, fucking hell, I can't do this! I'm actually going insane over this. Okay. I've never been so fucking humiliated in my life. I feel fucking... Oh god. Anyway, really obvious difference between them. Of course there is. There are 2 people in the first and no people in the second. No fucking shit. Oh yes, you can see it straight away. But now, I'm looking at the pictures in 3 dimensions. Alright, I'll give it a go. So to start with, you have to cross your eyes and then try to make the 2 pictures overlap exactly. Fuck me. Let's see if by crossing my eyes I can make the cool pens from each other's... Oh god, I can't do this! Ah, fucking... I can't fucking do this! Stop insulting me, game! I can't do this and I feel so fucking depressed about it. Why? Can you give me like a stereoscope or something? I need it. Oh my god. I'm actually going insane. Wait. Well, did you manage to see it properly, Bruno? Not really. I'm just not very good at this, that's the trouble. Oh, don't worry. I have just the thing. I happened to bring it with me. Portable stereoscope. Please. It's not the easiest thing to do, a random thing to... It's not very accessible. I am not surprised this game was never nominated for Games for Accessibility in the Game Awards. I know I mentioned this yesterday, but you've had that contraption from the outset. You could have saved me staring Mr. Winterback and Gina like that all the time. And if you remember, I said in reply that it's much more satisfying to be able to do the effect with your own eyes. Anyway, why don't you try using this helpful little tool 8 now? Here goes. Okay, thank you. Is this what it looks like? This is what it's supposed to look like? Now let's see what we've got. Wait, look at that. Ah, what's going on with these 2 pictures? Some of the things on the counter, they sort of jump out at you. As thought of sort, that didn't pick up one of the two images in there. Oh my god! Oh my god, he can't do it.
Yes, yes, yes! That's why you're using it. That's the other most
Other amazing power.
Something will explain it, Black Magic, eh? Why then choose to some of these things on the cat seem to jump at you like that, huh?
I think you'll find that you can do the basic principles of the stereoscope if I answer your question. Basic principles of stereoscope. As I said before, if you try to look at two identical pictures using a stereoscope, it won't work at all! It's a slight shift to the position of an object, and let you see pictures three-dimensional.
In other words, even though at first glance, it seems the objects on the counter haven't moved at all between the two pictures, this shows that actually there must have been a slight shift in their positions.
Yes, there must have been.
I'm glad I can fucking say I can't do this. I really don't think I can cross my eyes. I tried to make the two images again through cross-eyed, and now I see the back section stick out. That's... How do they... That's actually kind of cool that they managed to actually achieve that.
That's a reasonable question, Holger. Why the devil is shift between the two exist in the first place? Well, what's the answer, fellow? Come on, you're the cross-eyed master.
What, me? Having the first idea.
You know, Bruno, it's quite simple.
It is?
Just think through it step by step. The first photograph, saying at 1 a.m. Then, 30 minutes later, the same photograph was taken. The position of some of the atoms of the counter seemed to shift slightly in the interim. What that means...
That means sometime in the half-hour interval, someone must have tampered with things on the counter.
Bonkers.
Someone trampled! New information, stop! Never mention testimony so far, stop!
Yes, we've had to go around in circles a little here, but it seems I'm starting to see what I should be aiming at in this summation examination now. Ladies and gentlemen, the question now is clear. We know the items on the countertop were moved, but by whom?
A little suggestion you might know.
Of course, I can tell you who is responsible for the almost imperceptible shift on the items on the counter. Fucking...
Take that!
It was the witness currently in the stand, the Skulkin brothers.
Wait. This does not agree with what the brothers said in testimony before. They said they did not even have time to peel jukes on Lucy Lockett. My phrasebook said Lucy's hands, Lucy Lockett's meaning pockets. But this is another lie. Is what you are saying.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
No, hold on, I mean, you can't be sure of that.
I quite agree, the accused is a common person, but if you want to think so...
I think that's unlikely.
I'm worried,
As you can see from this photographic print, the offender was pointing a gun at the victim. It would seem, as my learned friend indicated. I thought Von Zick was speaking for a moment there. That she was coercing Mr. Windybank to open the storeroom door. In other words, Miss Lestrade's interest lay within the storeroom, not the main shop, giving her no reason to touch anything on the counter. All of which points to one thing. The Skulkin brothers omitted key facts in their testimony.
But the accused is a big person, come on, Dr. Trash, why look for what we have?
Because the Skulkin brothers are thieves, madame. No better, in fact, worse than a pickpurse. I believe that these brothers were looking for something on the victim's counter that night. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if you would condemn the defense on grounds that she's a pickpocket, would it not at least be right and proper to thoroughly scrutinize testimony given against her by two thieves?
Well said. I, for one, would like to hear more from the two pair.
Holy shit, with his fucking head? What the fuck?
Can you all see now? I think Von still shows up, and I think she's a person.
I really admired your number 3's enthusiasm.
Oh, please stop. Much better after trial. Stop. What's the rest of registry? Stop. Oh!
Hoggers.
Well, it would seem this trial is yet to run its course. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury have declared their inclination for the mighty scales of justice. Hereby call the summation examination to conclusion with a balance altered in the defendant's favor. 2 lean guilty, 4 lean do not guilty. Accordingly, the jury is out without consensus. I know it is about to continue.
Yay, well done. Oh, by the way. What? You should hold on to this, Bruno. You never know what might come in useful. Plus one try would be unusual, surely. But alright. Oh god. Oh god, fuck you.
Don't fun things. You will instruct the witness that the court demands submission or testimony from them.
I'm sure it won't spoil the bouquet to do so, my lord.
I've won myself another chance to probe that pair about their activities that night at least. And I won't stop probing them until I've proven the genie is innocent. Oh god, that was actually the first to be continued. I was sitting here like, surely that's not a to be continued. That's so short. Okay. Well. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of scared of how many parts this trial's gonna have. I don't want to know, but I need to pace myself because Pokemon comes out on Friday, and I will definitely want to finish this game before that. So, there is a possibility that if I feel like I may not be able to finish the trial in time, I may just spend all of, say, Thursday playing this game, starting in the afternoon for the most part. But we will see how things go. Okay? So I might start early on Thursday if I need to push through to the end. But we're going to continue for now. If I might just push. I may not stop at the end of a to be continued, but we'll see how things go.
Order, please! Let us resume proceedings. Witnesses, you will now retake the stand.
I might stream in the afternoon on Thursday anyway, just because I don't want to have to feel pressured to end, you know, I might run out of time, but we'll see how things go. Okay, I'm not gonna rush it until Thursday.
I presume you heard the defense's counsel's summarization examination. Oh, yes, Governor. I did, Governor.
I forgot the voice I was saying. Trying to ask yes, I won't have to work on Friday. Well, I hope that works out. I will be streaming Pokemon. I hope Nintendo doesn't get mad at me for doing it a day before it releases in America. Mr. Skulkin.
Oh.
This is going to be hard work. Early in this trial, you gave the following testimony about your actions after you entered Windy Banks.
What was better?
Which start are you getting? I haven't even thought about that! And that's a fucking weird thing. I was thinking about it. It's like, I think I'm gonna go with water this generation. I'm gonna go with the fucking duck, because it looks like Donald Duck. Typing is hard. Look, I understand. I've been typing with one hand for fucking 2 weeks. I think I'll go with the duck. The problem with Sprigatito is I'm tired of fucking grass-type starters being, completely green. Rowlet is, peak grass-type starter to me. It's peak starter just in general. But I feel like Grookey was just oh, we're gonna make a monkey, but it's green. Right? And then for Sprigatito, it's a cat, but it's green. You know? I just feel like it's too much green. Why is there so much green on these fucking animals? I don't know. I've been going with grass for I went with grass Gen 5, Gen 6, Gen 7. And I felt all those grass starters weren't too green. They had a lot of different colors. But Grookey and Sprigatito both have green and pretty much nothing else. Grookey has a bit of other stuff, but its entire body is green. I love grass starters, but I can't fucking get behind this because it's just too much green. I'm tired of looking at green. You know? Fuecoco's funny. I think I didn't like Fuecoco initially, but now it's like I look at it and it's like, oh, it's so funny. Curb, let me let you in a little secret. Green is also my favorite color. So it's fucking like, the fact that these Pokemon are so green that it's making me tired of my favorite color. It pisses me off. It actually does. I've never been this pissed at fucking Pokemon designs. How do you make me tired of my favorite color? Sorry, I needed to rant. I feel very passionate about this. Maybe it'd be better saved for the Pokemon stream. At least the green isn't shiny Espeon green. I like shiny Espeon! That's the problem! Why am I so inconsistent? Anyway, let's move on.
Oh, Bedlamps was it? It was not. It was. Scott the was. Didn't have time to pull me jokes at the release lockage.
I like shiny Dragonite! However, that was a lie. You brothers.
Oh, bro!
On the night of question, you rifled through the items on the victim's counter.
I'll work it out.
Oh no.
You will now give me formal testimony once again.
You'd like to go on the rant about the color green? Yeah, no, I'm just tired of grass type starters being just completely green. Give me fucking more interesting starter designs, please.
Tell the court precisely what happened on the night in question, and this time you tell the truth.
Each lie that passes your lips serves to increase the severity of your punishment. Oh, and that, gentlemen, may deal a crushing blow to your chances of ever seeing the light of day again.
Wow!
A thought worth pondering, perhaps.
Say more. Oh, go.
Oh, squeak with peach!
Because he's got a peach face. Oh, I guess that's a dog face, actually, more so than a peach. Yeah. The whole truth. Here we go.
Oh, what? How could go, so to see? Me spoke up and all my stuff went flying. Remy, it doesn't give me a fight. We were thinking you should come from the door and get us next. We just never been back when we found it and stopped it, so we'll give him back. We can have shot the pawnbroker, see? We never even had a chance, did we? So you admit to the fence's accusation?
You know, Gregson is dressed in green. It's a darker olive green, and I like it. It's not like the thing with the green that I'm talking about is like it's so bright that it's overwhelming, right? And I like light green more than dark green, but you need to hold back. You can't do it all at once. Green screen green. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's like I'm looking at a green screen when I look at Sprigatito. Holy shit, wait, I need to make a fucking... I want to see if it works if I get Sprigatito and just, like, remove the green and replace it with another image. It proved my point.
Not wrong, sir, governor. That's right, boss. It's like we tell you. Sorry.
By their own admission, these brothers entered the pawnbrokery under dubious circumstances. However, they panicked and fled, on hearing the gunshot, having first made good their mess.
The way you say it, we hardly sound like Russ at all. We don't, Russ, we don't. Come make us sound a bit more cutthroat.
It can't just be coincidence that these men showed up at Winterbanks that night. There's more to their testimony than meets the eye. I'm sure of it. Here we go. Legal entry, the whole truth. Okay. It made us both jump and stuff went flying. What stuff?
Hold it!
So what you're saying is, the sound of the gunshot shocked you so much that it knocked all those things off the counter.
Well, it took one of us out myself. The legendaries need to learn to give a shit. Look, it was blimey! Me dead granny who was broken up in the pan. Big Brav here screamed like a boom baby and fell over the clock. He looked over the load of books, candlestick, and some scuttle walk. And the tangled with some marionette walked over the picture frame, knocked over them scales on the floor.
If really must have working quietly then.
What a rocket! My granny would have been scared into a grave with a clatter like that.
So in short, the gunshot took you by surprise.
And boom from! I was quiet! And a mouse and then all of a sudden, bam!
Hello! Excuse me, Gregson. I love light green, but green is not a good shade of green. I guess, yeah. Inspector Gregson, do you have something to add?
Like I keep saying, I don't expect to appreciate being lumped in with these scoundrels.
No, something to add to this about the testimony. You seemed to react just now at what Mrs. Skulkin said. Did it make you think of something?
Probably nothing, of course. I wouldn't even bother to mention it. Only, well, the fact is, cases don't get solved if you know the little details.
How about you just tell us what's on your mind?
And you know, we brought these fellas into the yard for questioning last night, and the statement they gave told a slightly different story to what they're saying now. You claimed you heard the victim shout something out before the gunshot. Didn't ring a bell, Granted, it's only a minor detail, but still, I can't help but feeling perhaps you've been a bit sloppy with your testimony, yeah? Hey, fellas? If I discover the witness's testimony has been any more sloppy than hitherto proven to be, I shall be forced to bring the very harshest punishment to bear against them.
Easy! We're going work this time! This is it! You're not coming back to me now!
Then speak! Supplement your testimony with whatever details have miraculously returned to your questionable minds, sirs.
Governor! I just bit my tongue saying governor. Fuck! Gregson's really making me want some chips. I might get some fish and chips for dinner tomorrow night. Thank you for the suggestion. Oh, good. Yeah.
Just before the gun, give me a gun!
Huh, wait, what? Then why does she already have the gun?
Hold it!
What kind of voice? So in fact, you heard the voice and the gunshot almost simultaneously. I just noticed the fucking this thing. The what is it called? I don't know what it's called, but the thing that like lets you choose between who you're observing. When it's like for this guy, because he's so short, it moves up. Because he's so short. That's so fucking funny. I bet this UI was all on the bottom screen in the original game. Maybe not the text, but like some of the UI of who you were actually observing was on the touch screen in the 3DS version. I will actually see what the 3DS version was like eventually, because I'll probably watch someone's Let's Play, Nico B's Let's Play, when I'm done with the game. I know he played the fan translation. Anyway.
Although I suppose to be honest, we kinda erred away from the boys. If you don't want to get shot, give it a gun! Dancing!
A Korean acting tragically missed. And where were the voices coming from? Could you tell?
Oh, some good. From the other side of the door behind the counter was.
From the storeroom, where the victim was found dead.
And the voice you heard, it was that of the victim, Mr. Windybank.
Oh my god, of course it was. Oh my god, of course it was.
So, that would mean that you both knew Mr. Windybank and the sound of his voice.
What does that mean? What? That's what? There it is. Yes, cancel it. You would. No, we didn't know the geezer. Oh, no, with the bloke in the Vanish Club, give it a see eye.
If you value your lives, you ensure your testimony is accurate and true.
Oh my god, what is it?
Oh my god, it must be!
It's a good job his granny's dead.
To summarize then, immediately after hearing the voice of the victim, you then hear the gunshot, causing you to stumble and upset the items on the counter, scattering them over the shop floor.
You make it sound like we're clumsy. Don't forget we're talking about little boys. Anyway, that's the way I see it. Look what all the place was on a gun. You should find it.
He's holding a gun. Was he now?
Objection!
You're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windybank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct?
That's it, Gov. You got the picture? Well, no question.
And yet the photographic evidence from the time of the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windybank was not in possession of a firearm of any condition.
You surprise me. Does the defense really intend to highlight evidence that compromises the position of the accused even more?
Furthermore, the defense has failed to establish that the photographic print presented was taken suitably short time prior to the victim's death. Your chronology is severely lacking, counsel.
Yeah, that's right.
Too right.
That's too right. The old geezer would have been able to turn the tables on the girl, eh?
Hardly likely.
No, I'm afraid this won't stand as conclusive evidence.
Well, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. I didn't get penalized for it. I didn't get penalized for it, but... Huh.
Hold it!
You're saying that Mr. Windybank had a gun on his hands?
Oh yeah, bet that was a side, bro. The doorway was guns and shit. It must have got pretty eaten then.
I mean, oh, there it is.
They just put it there. We had the geezer. If you don't want to get shot. Didn't really sound like you meant it, mind. I'm just what you could say.
Mr. Windybank was known to keep a revolver on his shop counter at all times. People say that to protect the articles in his keeping, he'd readily put a bullet in someone's head if required. That someone being himself, of course.
Good grief! Extraordinary devotion indeed, if alarmingly misguided. Well, he suddenly sounded like he was ready to pull the trigger the other night. Only the person he was gonna shoot beat him to it. Cooked as a goose proper. But he wished to squeeze the trigger instead of wasting time. Give me a gun.
And it was directly after those words you heard the gunshot.
But no, that's at the same time, good. Give me a gun! Bomb! Kind of thing.
Yes, a Korean action, very tragically missed. Wait, that's the same.
No, I just have somebody in the deck. Well, everyone went dead quiet. Oh, look! We done.
That's a fucking funny face.
Sun's up, the side of the place up.
Okay. Thinking they will come out of the door. Well, that's interesting. Are you
it!
sure? Because you also...
So you didn't try to open up the storeroom there,
Oh, you know. I don't know, but the one what me? Oh, you ain't go look, boy. Look, well, open.
I keep seeing was, and I keep thinking Scott the was.
Yes, of course. It was locked from the inside, or so we've been led to believe.
I woke up a wall from the inside. What? So I don't go going, what will go on? Something, don't we?
Unless there was some other way to get a view of the inside of the storeroom, like through the keyhole or a spy hole, perhaps.
Don't we? No bells, no lights, no lights. Well, got a modem before anything. So got a teeth in this game then, but what, eh? What we're in mustard.
Please, cut it out.
But as we know, behind the door was the victim's lifeless body, with the accused not 2 feet away.
Yes, unfortunately. Gina was in there unconscious, with the gun in her hand.
To confirm, it would be correct to say that neither of you set foot inside the storeroom.
That's right, girl, that's right. Oh, you want to.
I'm not quite sure where it wants me to go with this.
Hold it!
If that's the case, then why didn't you testify to that effect in the first place?
Whoa, are we? Well, yes, we ain't. If we made something like that, people, we was up to no good. Whoa, shit, we're going outside now, and there's some more trouble.
And in fact now, as a result of lying in your previous testimony, that's exactly what you've done, landed yourself in even more trouble.
Oh, well, that's what
Says the rotten apple eater.
Witnesses, explain to your actions to the court. Why did you ransack the victim's counter?
nothing. Look, that's what done. You decided to play up.
Okay. I think I pressed this already.
Hold it!
Yes, I did. And it sent me to the next message. Okay. I wish there was like an easy skip button if you've seen the, like, just like skip completely rather than having to hold B like this. I mean, it is faster than going through the tech normally, but still. Oh my god, this is so long! Yeah, I think this is where we want to. So, oh wait, I've fucking done this one already. Okay. Oh, fuck me! Okay. Suck it, everyone back. Okay, here we go. Yes, whereupon you fired a shot from your own gun at Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Oh, yeah, we was a bit hasty there. We won't mush. We'll drop it all out already. Sound like a little you told a lot, Tom.
If you're shaking like a leaf, don't put a loading gun in your hand.
Good advice, miss. Good advice. What was old? Me mind went totally block.
Before you mind goes to the bank, make sure you don't have a loaded gun in your hand.
Mental note made, miss. After that, we let it down to the street. Bullets. Barry looked dodgy to the copies or somewhat. They clapped the derbies on us, winking.
And after you've been handcuffed, the police found this revolver in your possession, correct?
Well, yeah.
But listen, hey! I'm going to check the pawn book and see whenever you are. I can't.
Hold it!
And why should we believe that?
What? Well, what can I try that? In it! I was totally empty. In!
And at the time, the victim was already in the storeroom, having been forced to open the door by the accused who had a gun to his head. In other words, on the night in question, these two witnesses never even laid eyes on the proprietor of the pawnbrokery, Mr. Windybank. Correct.
You got it, mister. Don't worry.
So the Skulkin brothers never actually encountered Mr. Windybank. Is that really true, I wonder? That's it. No smash? That's it? No smash? That's the full extent of the testimony?
What's it, Bruno? You look very fierce.
Okay, I do have to present something.
I can pour you some herbal tea if you're tired.
Oh, thank you. But I'm fine. Being such a logical thinker, you'll probably laugh. But I feel as though these brothers are still hiding something. Something important. It's nothing more than a feeling, though. I have no proof to support it.
Well, feelings can be very logical at times.
Sorry?
People's expressions, the movements of their eyes, the words they choose. You can take all of that in your brain and quietly analyze to come up with a feeling you like you described. You believe that there's something suspicious about this gentleman without knowing why, that's all. I think you should trust your instincts.
Iris, thank you. Sometimes I think if she's 10 years old, I must be 5. Okay. I don't know what it wants me to do. I really don't. The first time I'm getting stuck in this game. Did I miss something to investigate in terms of like Skulkin Brothers for Smash? Did I miss something? Like, because there's nothing blatantly contradictory here. I don't really know what you want me to do. Oh god, what do I do? I pressed everything and I haven't found anything. No, I don't want the answer. Unless it's I missed something during a press, but I don't think it. If it's just presenting evidence, I just need to think about it and it might come to me. Let me take a look at all the evidence. If I miss something during a press, let me know. It's not that. Unless we're saying that some of this stuff did disappear. See anything that's explicitly gone. Oh, actually, it's probably it's probably the lamp, now I think about it. The lamp's probably gone, yeah. Okay. I need to think about this. Which statement is the one that I, present the lamp on? Okay. Should we come out of the door next? Okay, it's probably this.
Objection!
Nope, it was not. Okay. Shit. Am I being stupid here, or is this actually something that's kind of cleverly hidden? Is it the last statement?
Hold it!
I don't know. I really don't. Never even had a chance. Oh, fuck. Fuck, what am I supposed to do here? Oh, fuck. Because I press everything, it's not popping up with anything. I'll leave that. Right, never lay eyes on the proprietor. So it has something to do with never laying his eyes on the proprietor. Okay. Never laid their eyes on the proprietor.
Objection!
Yeah, no, I'm fucking... That has to be a hint. That has to be a hint. Something's wrong. Does that have to do when they entered?
Objection!
That's not the one I meant to present. It's either, so the only two ways I can see is either they put everything back where they belongs, or...
Objection!
Yeah, that's not it. Shit. Do I need to press an earlier one?
Hold it!
Now that I have that information, that they... Yeah, hold on. I'm stumped. I actually don't know what they want me to present. How did you see him? Again, I presented this.
Objection!
I didn't get penalized for it. There's no way they would have known he was holding a gun if they hadn't seen him. That's the thing. So it has to be, like, I'm thinking it has to be this statement. But how do I present something? To prove that. Am I on the right track? Can you at least tell me yes or no? That's the only thing. I don't want the answer. I want to figure this out on my own. Otherwise, it's going to feel really hollow. No. Okay. I have no fucking clue. What the fuck? Can you tell me what statement I need to present on then? Five.
Objection!
Did I not already present here? I feel like I tried this already, but...
Objection!
Okay, so it's statement 5 and I need to present something. I wonder if... Well, I can do this, right? You have to pop your 2 prints into the solid, see? And then, when you look through the eyepieces, you can see the image in 3 dimensions. One thing is to get right into the position of the eyeprints. I'm thinking you come with the idea of a stereoscope, but it's really quite fascinating. I think it's the only thing to... Okay. I can't inspect this to have the information update. Again, I don't... Huh?
Objection!
No. What? What do you want me to do? Hold on, I need to think about this.
Objection!
Okay, another hint would help. I'm actually fucking lost. What the fuck? Am I not thinking about this right? I don't think I get stuck like this. You'd need to do something else. That's what I asked first. Do I need to investigate something? How do I do that something else? Because I've pressed everything. I'm not getting anything out of the presses. I can't investigate anything more than I already have.
Hold it!
And this isn't triggered. I've pressed every statement. Oh god. What is the other thing I need to do? Just like tell me. At this point, I have no clue. I feel like I've done everything. That's the thing. That's the problem. I've pressed all 6 statements. I've investigated. I've like inspected every single piece of evidence. I don't know what they want me to do.
Hold it!
Press statement 2. I swear I already did that. I swear to God, if I've missed pressing a statement.
Hold it!
I've already pressed statement 2. You knew him. Yeah, I'm not getting anything from that.
Hold it!
Unless I missed, like, a point to, like, inspect someone else's response. This is the second examination of this part. I think it's the first examination of this part. Yeah, I have no fucking clue. I don't understand. I feel like I've done everything. I've pressed all 6 statements. So I think it just expects me to present some evidence on something. So I just don't know what. Again, I presented this, and then it said
Objection.
no. Right? So, try the third statement. Okay.
Hold it!
See, the thing is, I can hold B through this, so I've clearly, like, done this entire thing. Yeah, look, I'm gonna press all these statements again, and if nothing pops up, I have no clue what I do. Present something during it. I can't present during the statement. Oh, you mean as in, like, present on the third statement? It is the statement. I did pick up on this earlier. He's holding a gun. That doesn't make sense because...
Objection!
Oh my god. He's not holding a gun. Is that what you're saying? What? Why didn't this work? It's one of those moments in Ace Attorney games where it's like, I don't understand why it has to specifically be this photo and not this photo showing that he doesn't have a gun. Like, you know, that just seems so fucking... I don't get it. I don't fucking get it. So you're saying that on the night in question, the victim, Mr. Windybank, was wielding a gun. Is that correct?
That's it, go. You got the picture. Hasn't it? Yes, no question.
And yet, photographic evidence obtained immediately after the incident clearly shows that Mr. Windybank was not holding any firearm of any description.
You what? Who bet it? They right.
Objection!
There can be no question that the victim's revolver was used in the incident. I would remind the court that Mr. Windybank's gun was found at the scene. Not only was it identified as the murder weapon, but it was found in the accused's hand.
Oh, he's got the little box to stand up on.
Yeah, what a motor. I've got to finish him off. Give it a go. Boom! Done. Well.
Hold it!
Stay exactly where you are, right there. If the crime had taken place as you've so colorfully described in the testimony, it would give rise to an undeniable and significant inconsistency in the final moments you just acted out.
Goodness, are you sure, counsel?
You intrigue me, my learned friend. But let's see some evidence to support your claim. Where is the proof that demonstrates this inconsistency with the witness's portrayal of the final moments?
Fuck me. What the fuck? Okay, hold on. If it happened as it explained, like, am I thinking about this right? It's not gonna be the same photo, right?
Take that!
Objection!
No, this isn't it. Okay.
Fortunately not.
I knew it was a long shot.
It would appear that you have failed to grasp even the bare bones of this case.
I actually feel this. Kabuki theater troupe. Oh god, I'm feeling fucking. Holy shit. Where's my brain gone? Why can't I figure this out? Why am I so fucking stupid? Autopsy? From the back. Okay, there it is. Okay.
Take that!
According to their testimony, the witnesses claim to have heard a shout of, "Give me that gun," followed by the gunshot.
Indeed, but the two events happening almost simultaneously, so open that to believe.
Yes, that's right. Now, if that testimony is true, it would mean that at the moment of the death, the victim and his attacker would have been facing each other. However, in the autopsy report, it clearly states that the victim died instantly after being shot from behind. So as I stated before, there is an undeniable inconsistency in your testimony, Mr. Skulkin. Okay, hold on. You got some hiccups or something.
That's good. Oh, it is not. It is. We were shot, the guys. Those are pretty nice.
Did I hear you right? You actually saw Mr. Windybank holding a gun?
Sort of that much about.
Ladies and gentlemen, you have all just heard the admission by these two witnesses that on the night in question they actually saw with their own eyes the victim wielding a gun. Which can only mean that despite their testimony to the contrary, the Skulkin brothers have encountered the victim in person. Okay, I'm sorry, what, didn't they already say that in their statement? There's like, oh, he was holding a gun, right? Why did we have to present evidence in this way to... Like, I'm not going crazy, right? Their statements just contradicted each other from the get-go, right? Because he said, oh, he's holding a gun. And then later on, they said he didn't see him. So what... I really feel like this is one of those moments where it's like, you vaguely know the answer, but the way the game wants you to get to that answer is kind of roundabout. Like, it happens occasionally. Like, I'm kind of used to it in Ace Attorney games, and it always happens, but it's like, this just felt really roundabout about it, because it's like, there wasn't any clear evidence to point out that they had make a contradiction within their own statement. So what was I supposed to present? You know? And the picture of the dead body doesn't explicitly link to the fact that they were like, you can see that he was holding a gun. Because no, like, if he wasn't holding a gun when he's dead, yes, of course, perhaps the murderer took the gun from his fucking hand. Like, oh my god, sorry, this just frustrates me. This is really frustrating me. I don't know if I'm... Do you understand where I'm coming from?
Order! Witnesses, explain yourself at once. Well, the thing is, we were supposed to,
That took way longer than it needed to. It would seem that my previous warning fell on deaf ears. I made it quite clear that the false witness would be the death of you. This game has a few moments of confusing logic, yeah. Like, oh god, that was like... If this was like a juror thing, we could put Statement 3 against Statement 6. And that would have pointed out the contradiction that they had said in the same fucking testimony. That, oh, he was holding a gun. Oh, we never saw him. Like, what the fuck? Why did I have to go in that random... Sorry. I'm actually kind of fucking livid. It's so fucking dumb. What the fuck?
Governor, privilege, we see, got it out, Nash, got it out! No, you know what he'll do to us?
He? Who are they talking about? Let me make your position here perfectly clear. Do you think real lawyers would have a heart attack playing an Ace Attorney game? I have no clue. I mean, it's already really inconsistent with law, just practices in general. It's a game! Have fun with it. Not make me frustrated like this. You will talk. There's no other option available to you. In case it hasn't quite sunk in yet, no matter how hard you try to hide it, the truth will come out. As well as my court record. On the night in question.
Now, apparently, you met face to face with the victim. The man that you testify against by the precise assessment that took place. Oh, boy. Do we have to?
On pain of death. I suggest you make yourself fully aware that this is your very last chance to tell the truth.
Okay. Hopefully this one's simple.
With the gun thrown up his mouth. Give me that gun, Webber. We had it. Well, Peter, the bloke was strong as an ox. He dropped me over the counter. But we got him, and then he looked up for that back room. We had nothing to do with him. It's all happened, I swear.
So you're now telling us that moments before the victim was killed in the storeroom, you in fact encountered him in the main parts of the shop?
Oh, well, yeah. Sorry.
Well,
we find ourselves at an interesting juncture that changes matters considerably. But honest, Governor, this time we are eyed. Very well, counsel for the defense. You may proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. This is it. The moment I've been waiting for.
Kita! Kita!
The time has come and so have I. Alright, so you just go inside the gaff and it's not really the show. I don't think that's gonna be a thing. Give me that gun, you bellowed, and he flossed like was possessed. I thought we had it. Okay. No geezer, the bloke was strong as an oak, chucked me out of the gun. Pulled me gun at him and he legged it through the door into the back room. Never had nothing to do with killing him. Okay.
Hold it!
Just about this segment. Were you intending to shoot Mr. Windybank?
No. I was, looking out for me, but what I? We would be in front, don't forget.
By a man whose shop was being burgled, yes.
And then the man fled into the storeroom when you pointed his gun at him. Is that it?
Yeah, you shot me away. Get right off me, shot me away.
There's something about that last remark. Something that doesn't quite ring true. Why do I miss the Windybank ran into the storeroom? What? Well, according to what everyone's saying, Ginny was in there waiting for him with a gun. Ah, yes, that's right. Gina allegedly used Mr. Windybank's gun to threaten him and force him to open the storeroom door. In which case, how'd the gun end up in Mr. Windybank's hand? I have no idea. That is strange, isn't it? This little inconsistency could be significant. Make a mental note of it.
Look, point is me over here. Well, that's right. Me point over here.
Okay, I was curious about this. You mentioned that Mr. Windybank shouted that was at your previous testimony too. However, you claimed that you heard him yelling him on the other side of the storeroom.
Oh, did we?
But the truth is, he was shouting those words at you, wasn't he?
Well, yeah.
Was the victim Mr. Windybank wielding a gun at the time?
Would you ever? Blimey, Louie. Well, ugly barrier. Should put another furpies.
So what you're saying is, you definitely saw Mr. Windybank with a gun at that time. Is that correct?
He got his all. Then all of a sudden he came at us.
You were clearly all going for each other.
Like that, son. I thought we had it. I mean,
You say you had nothing to do with it.
oh. No, you know what's look, the was. Oh, yes, son. Oh, no, it's straight up here. Oh, so listen to that one. Girl, son. Oh, better eat.
So in the end, the situation remains unchanged. Inside the storeroom, with the previous pawnbroker, there was only one other person. The sole person who could possibly have shot the victim, the accused, Miss Ginny.
Would indeed appear so. Say you do that, counsel.
I don't know. Was there anyone else apart from Gina who could have possibly shot Mr. Windybank? Okay. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin.
What? What the go?
From the moment you admitted that you'd encountered the victim face to face that night. The course of this trial has changed completely.
Yes.
What is your point, my learned friend?
The question we must answer is, who could have shot Mr. Windybank? And it is the belief of the defense that the defendant is not the only possible answer at all.
You have my attention. In that case, let us return to this plan of the premises. The victim was killed in the storeroom, which was locked from the inside. Those are the facts we're praying. What other possible answers to the question of shot the man could there be?
Counsel, you must now provide answers to the court of in respect to two kidnappers.
2, my lord. Twice as many chances to be right. Maybe.
Indeed, namely, from what location did the culprit shoot the victim? And furthermore, where was the victim at the time?
Understood, my lord. Are you right, Bruno? I'm not entirely sure, but there's one thing I am sure about. If I can prove there's a credible new alternative to what happened, it would change Gina's prospects hugely.
So now, time for some clarity. Show the court on this plan the answers to the questions posed by his lordship. If you believe someone else could have killed the victim, indicate from where the person could have fired the gun. From here, I reckon.
Take that!
The defense of the believes it's the culprit that could have shot the victim from this location here.
And in answer to the second question, assuming the culprit fired from the location indicated, where was the victim at the time?
Take that!
The culprit shot the victim from outside the storeroom.
Continue.
Mr. Windybank died instantly from a bullet in the wound at his back. Looking at the stain of blood on the storeroom floor, it doesn't appear that the body was moved after death, which tells us that he was almost certainly shot while he was in the storeroom. However, the crucial point is where the shooter was when the fatal bullet was fired.
So you are adamant that the shot was fired from outside the storeroom?
Well, according to the Skulkin brothers' earlier testimony.
I brought me gun room, and then he let it pull the door into the back room.
If Mr. Windybank ran away through the door, we have to assume that the door was open at the time.
Ah!
It was at precisely that moment, when the victim was fleeing for his life, that these brothers had the perfect opportunity to shoot the man in the back once he was inside the storeroom.
Come to think of it, do you remember what the prosecutor said at the start of the trial?
Moving on to the findings of Scotland Yard's coroner.
Oh. His report states the bullet entered the body on a rising diagonal trajectory. It means the victim was likely shot by someone significantly shorter in height than himself. And we have someone right here.
Oh man, Shotwell was running as fast as he could to safety.
Of course. He would have been leaning forward as he was running away. So even if the bullet was fired horizontally, it would have entered his body on an upward trajectory. Yes.
But the cover wasn't necessarily someone shorter than
Objection!
I'm sure my learned friend can't have forgotten that the storeroom was found closed and locked from the inside. You claim that the victim was shot as he fled the room. Do you also claim his corpse was dexterous enough to turn the key into the lock?
But what if someone else locked the door? Yes, there is someone else who could have locked the storeroom door.
Is that so?
Very well then, counsel. Present your hypothesis to the court. In the scenario just described, the defense's assertion is that the victim was shot from the outside of the storeroom. In which case, who shot and locked the storeroom door from the inside?
Has to be Gina then.
Take that!
Obviously, the person who locked the door was the only other person inside the storeroom at the time. The defendant, Miss Gina Lestray.
Objection!
That's absurd! You're suggesting that the accused deliberately engineered the sealed room. For what possible reason? Such actions would only serve to tighten the noose around her neck.
I'm inclined to agree, I must say. Well, counsel.
Yes, that's a tricky one, that, isn't it?
I beg no shame to blame my counsel, remember that, please.
But of course Ginny would have locked the door. It almost goes without saying, doesn't it?
It does, because she didn't want to be killed.
Well, if I was Ginny in that situation, I know I would have locked the door as quickly as I could. I mean, those two burglars had just fired a gun in her direction, hadn't they?
Oh yes, obviously. Before the two brothers had arrived, Mr. Lestrade and Mr. Winterback were in the storeroom together. Now, I don't know what went on between them at the time, but at some point, Mr. Winterback must have heard the intruders breaking into the shop and left the storeroom.
Intruders, eh? Yes, that's Ralph.
If your theory is correct, that would leave the accused alone in the storeroom.
Yes, it would. Then, probably only moments later, the victim fled back through the storeroom door, hoping to escape danger. Hit in the back by the bullet, Mr. Winterback fell to the floor where he was, just inside the storeroom. What we have to ask ourselves now, what would the defendant have done in that moment?
So we're going with this.
Outside the storeroom was a terrifying killer who had just murdered Mr. Winterback. As soon as that thought struck Miss Lestrade, she slammed the door shut and locked it, in order to save her own life.
Hold it!
Oi, I ain't. We ain't the one who done it. Wait, you gotta believe us. I mean, come on. We never shoot no one.
That's blatantly untrue. I know for a fact that you would, because before my own very own, you shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Well,
There is only one logical conclusion here. Mr. and Mr. Skulkin, you brothers had every opportunity to have been the true perpetrators of Mr. Winterback's murder. Okay. I was hoping the text box would go.
I mean to say, that wasn't a pickpocket who shot the pawnbroker after all.
That was amazing, Renner. All the members of the jury seem to be firmly on your side now. I know, first time ever, and probably the last.
Well, I think you've done it. The show that you've given milk, but you have not.
Ha ha! An admirable effort, my learned friend.
What's this now? I've never seen him laugh like that before. He's laughing?
You find the situation amusing, Lord Von Six?
I find myself the defense argument to be most persuasive.
I dare say, such chicanery is the bread and butter of the street performers in your provincial eastern nation. But such blatantly malicious conjuring tricks amount to nothing more than inexcusable pettifoggery.
Pettifoggery. Pettifogger.
Here,
What?
the hypothesis you put forward so ostensibly, credibly cannot and will not stand. Because you see, it contains a fatal flaw.
A fatal flaw.
Do you mean to tell me that you're unaware of your logic's failing?
I say, Lord Von Six. What's an idea to be explained?
Yeah, I think he's gonna go with the idea of like, how was the other gun shot? Why was the other gun shot?
The fatal flaw in my learned friend's suggestion argument is really simple to understand. Assuming you're not too dim-witted to count bullets.
By George, count bullets!
Oh dear. You noticed then? Huh? What's everyone talking about?
Counsel,
Yes, sir.
tell the court how many bullets were found at the scene of the crime.
Two bullets.
Correct. The first, that which hit the victim in his back, ending his life. And the second, which struck the detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, on his arrival at the scene.
Indeed. The defense presented a picture showing the second bullet hole in the proceeding. The bullet in which injured Mr. Sholmes appears to have passed through his body to strike the calendar. And oh, is that green blood? We were just having a debate on the color green. This isn't green screen green, it's actually a rather pleasant color, if I do say so myself.
Your lordship's understanding is correct. Furthermore, we know there are two firearms involved in this incident. The revolver belonging to the victim, Mr. Windyback, and the Skulkin brothers' revolver The evidence shows that a single bullet was fired from each gun.
Yes, indeed it does. A single bullet from each.
Now then, my learned friend. You yourself told the court only moments ago that these two brothers shot Mr. Herlock Sholmes right before your eyes.
Yes, I did.
Oh my goodness, I think you'll find.
That if the single bullet was 5. I was wondering what the fucking beeping in my right ear was. It's the fucking radio stuff.
The single bullet was 5 for the brothers' gun. He was just on the seams.
Wind it back, not shot with his hand. Stop. Only one bullet, stop.
Exactly. Yes, this Nipponese street performer presented an ostensibly credible argument. However, it was never anything more than a diversionary trick with no hope of standing up to scrutiny. Pray forgive the discourtesy of flinging the dregs of this hallowed nectar into the public gallery, killing one because it hit it in the face. I cannot be charged for that.
Lord Van Zeeks!
But this court needs to open its eyes. The accused, Miss Gina Lestrade, is no ordinary girl. Despite her young years, she can, regrettably, no longer be described as a juvenile. No, the person in the dock is far from a law-abiding citizen. She has a past riddled with criminal conduct. The truth is, the accused broke into the pawnbrokery on the night in question with loathsome intent, as we can see beyond doubt in this print, which depicts her threatening the victim with a murder weapon. And I have here, in my possession, one more piece of evidence the prosecution wishes to present. That disc!
I'll be taking the evidence of them. Okay, here we go.
No, don't give it him. It's mine. Take it, mine.
I'm sorry, miss. But anything belonging to Mr. McGilded has been taken as evidence now.
Yes, that music box disc. Gilding's music box disc.
The very day before the hateful murder of Mr. Windyback, the accused attempted to make off with this article, which clearly doesn't belong to her, and with none of the subtlety of a pickpocket, I might add, but by brute force and brazen impudence.
Good gracious!
Make no mistake, any sympathy for the accused on account of her years is misguided and dangerous. There are no depths to which this girl would not stoop if pushed, no crime she would not commit. The court forgets that fact at its peril.
I see.
I think it would be prudent to take the music boxes into evidence counsel.
A grim testament to the defendant's character. Lord Van Zeeks,
Inspector Gregson, what?
Yes, Inspector.
we had a meeting yesterday at the yard with the prosecution service, and, I think it was agreed that this would be used as evidence.
What's this about? Why is the inspector acting strangely? That's the first time he said anything to Van Zeeks at all.
I'm unaware of any such meeting.
But those were the instructions right from the top. The government's bigwigs are insistent.
Inspector, I am the prosecutor, and I alone determine how to present my case. Your warning is noted. Thank you. The prosecution wishes to proceed with submitting this disc as evidence, my lord.
Indeed, bailiff!
Alright, here we go. I wonder if we can inspect the blood. Give me one moment. Got new toys to play with. Please fucking shoot the blood.
Oh, Bruno, look! This is blood! Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before.
Ah, that's my time to shine again. Thought I'd be waiting forever. Alright, hold still with that, Bruno.
Can we get this done quickly, Iris?
In a flash.
Here we go. What color? Oh, he was there. He was there. Eggert Benedict was there.
Oh, a lovely shade of bright green.
Wait, that color.
What is it?
It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it? It's Eggert Benedict, isn't it? I didn't read that message today.
The prosecution has established the accused motive, opportunity, and baseness of character. There is nothing more to add. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I await your informed decisions and rest my case.
I don't believe it. I had the jury on my side for once. For all 5 minutes.
Oh dear, it wasn't even 5 minutes, Bruno.
My lord! I wonder if I might say something at this point.
Proceed.
Mr. Foreman, been something about a bit of fog up to now, if truth be told, but all of a sudden, there's a badly obvious to me in my mind. There's only one thing for it.
Oh no, not another summation exam, just to pad out this case.
Ladies and gentlemen, you present your leanings as the defender's culpability.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty.
Yes! We have a consensus among the jury, it seems.
When you have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth.
That's my line. I wrote that for Hurley. Ah, how dare he use it against us?
Guilty. Guilty from Final Fantasy.
Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. There's still more to this case than we realize. There must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Jeter didn't shoot Mr. Windyback. That's beyond any doubt.
Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Mr. Foreman,
I love how he just assumes. Because. I love how he just assumes that we're gonna do a summonation exam. We didn't even ask for one. He's just used to it at this point.
don't for a minute already, factions. Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty.
Alright. I really don't feel like this is necessary. I can just point out that there was another person at the scene of the crime.
And some different breeds of law-abiding assistants.
That's only 2 bullets were found at the scene. Would say the whole case is done and dusted.
I don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Whichever way you look at that, it was a pickpocket.
I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief.
Thank you, shut up, you're from the previous day. I can see him in 4 pieces there.
I am ballistics expert. I've seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns.
Would seem there was a little remaining room for doubts. Have to admit, I was rather bowled over by the argument put forward by the Captain Blood. When that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw my John being hoodwinked. Whoa, no, whoa.
The whole courtroom is turning against me.
It's unfair! That prosecutor's being mean. Just because Ginny's done something she shouldn't have done in the past doesn't make her murderer.
Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter. Here's to the truth coming out. Eventually.
That's enough preamble. Council proceed with the summation examination.
Yes, my lord. Yes, Your Honor. That's right, I haven't said Your Honor in this game at all. Okay, it is time. This is probably going to be the last thing of this part, so I'll see if we can get it done tonight. If I can't, that's fine. I might have to stop soon because it's getting pretty late. But we'll see if we can get this done, and we'll see how things go.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say.
Okay, let's see. I guess maybe we'll press everything and see how things go. Because I don't see... Yeah, okay. Hold it! Just because Miss Lestrade has a history of pickpocketing, she must be guilty of murder. Is that what you're saying?
Well...
Are all members of the British Army so quick to judge?
I beg your pardon. Are you mocking Her Majesty's Armed Forces, the greatest military organization in the world?
No, I'm simply illustrating my point. Making assumption about people because they're a soldier or pickpocket is wrong and dangerous.
Well, yes, you might have a point there, I suppose. Let's not forget to go ahead and raising search. Got in for before. Clearly criminal assault. Can't deny it.
When you say that she's so neat at it, you're referring to this.
Exactly. Tried to swipe that on a day earlier, We're mistaken.
Not exactly. Given that I was actually there at the time, it's hard to refute that.
I've never actually seen the real thing. I can't wait to have a closer look at it.
Oh yes, of course. I already expected it. Mr. Sholmes did use his caramel bars to make a copy of the disc, and then he ordered every type of music box he could find across Europe.
We still don't know what tune it plays though, do we? But I'd love to see how the original compares to Hurley's copy.
The gilded disc. Be a clue somehow. Perhaps we should examine it in more detail. Easy, I know. Okay, I'm gonna press these. Hold it! See if we get anything out of them. Then we'll start hitting. It's the number of bullets that has you convinced.
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that were fired have been examined by the police. When the parlour maid asks me how many were invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings.
Well, that's logical, I suppose.
Although,
Yes?
sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like to find china.
Does your employer dine with thieves?
So I suppose, if there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position.
A third bullet somewhere on the scene. Could that be possible? I don't know if I can prove it yet. Unfortunately, only 2 bullets were discovered by the police during the investigation.
Yes, I know.
Right.
And I don't imagine the good men of Scotland Yard would have overlooked anything. Have I mentioned Mr. Bullet while I was going to lodge us all as well? He should receive a sound scolding, I don't doubt.
And he should receive a visit from the police, perhaps. Sounds like a crime scene to me.
The 3rd bullet.
It would completely turn things around if there was one, wouldn't it?
Do you think we might find one laying around somewhere?
Oh, look at that! It totally changed shape! Just from one button press.
Well, that's what the button's for, Bruno. You're just like Hurley. You boys love pressing buttons, don't you? Especially if you don't know what they do.
Us boys, says the 10-year-old girl.
Anyway, now you can see it really is a stereoscope, can't you?
Now my thought is that inside, perhaps there is a bullet of some kind. But I'm not seeing anything that may help. Actually, it wouldn't have been able to close if that was the case, I think. You have to pop your 2 prints in here to start with, see? Okay, yeah, okay. This is all stuff I've examined before, I think. Anything underneath I can investigate? No. I don't think there's a third bullet here. I think that's it. I had a feeling I hadn't properly investigated some items, but I don't know if there'd be a third bullet anywhere. Oh, why is this all fucking spiked? I didn't realize these were spikes on the other side. I suppose, interesting. That makes sense. That's why he cut his hand on it.
Oh, Miss Gilded! That's the man you defended and caught a couple of months ago, isn't it, Roman?
Yes, or rather, mistakenly defended.
I wonder what his name is doing on the back of this list.
That's a question I'd love to know the answer to myself.
I don't know if I can actually prove that there's a third bullet at the moment.
Hold it!
Okay. So if I understood correctly, you need 2 pictures, a left eye one and a slightly different right eye one.
Exactly. Then you can see the scene in 3 dimensions. Like this.
So, if we have 2 bullets, I don't suppose you can see anything useful with them?
I think you're fine, but no matter how much you scream, the truth of the situation always looks the same. Yeah. The only person who could have shot the victim is the girl in the dock.
How can you be so sure of that?
Think about it. The Skulkin brothers shot the great detective, didn't they?
Yes, that's been mentioned once or twice.
Oh, then sure, let's go into focus now, isn't it?
This is a waste of time. I'm not going to change this man's mind anytime soon. Okay, so don't pursue him.
Hold it!
Would you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir? The defense's life is on the line. He must be Sholmes' surgeon.
Well, that he is. I couldn't really say that it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest.
Huh?
I mean, there's no question the man was shot, but the bullet has simply vanished from his stomach. It's quite inexplicable, don't you think?
I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on...
What was the fellow's name now? Herlick? Herlock? No, Hairlock.
Herlock Sholmes by any chance?
Yes, good lord! It was that Hairlock fellow.
What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, that's right. With the very latest anesthesia techniques. And my dad. It was a very major, I can tell you.
This is crazy.
Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. They said he'd be shot by some criminal or other, so opened him up like a shot. But the funny thing is, I went over to his inside with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. I'm afraid I throw my hand and just stitch up the fellow back up.
I hate to state the obvious, but...
Yes? Surely that's because
Surely because the bullet is at the scene of the shooting.
the counsel for the defense is correct. I clearly shown this photographic print. The bullet that Skulkin brothers fired.
Sorry, wrong way. The bullet the Skulkin brothers fired at Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region, then exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door. You can find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem 3-dimensional.
Ah, who do you think I am, son?
Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do.
I should have saw the ring to man's stomach. I flipped him over.
Like a pancake? Are you saying that you checked his back?
Of course I did. And there wasn't a trace of injury. No signs the bullet had left the body at all.
What?
That's the point. Unless the bullet slices the idiot, which is exactly why I set up about slicing him up. And I'm still none the wiser even now how many times I have to say it. So please tell me how it happened. Solve the mystery.
It's almost as much of a mystery as how this jury was put together. Objection! Oh fuck, that didn't work. Well, that's shit. Okay. Okay. The really frustrating thing is I thought I'd identified cheat codes. Let's say that. There are a lot of questionable characters here. I've built it a few more times. Well, that doesn't make sense. Oh, a few times on anything that sounds suspicious. Okay. Okay, I thought that was... I'd maybe jumped the gun there. Should we be labeling the members of the jury as questionable? Hold it!
Mr. Sholmes' assertion is on the jury. I experienced some coincidences recently, but this is ridiculous.
I'm as surprised as anyone.
But there's no question that Mr. Sholmes was shot.
Well, that's what the police told me when they brought him in.
How bad were his injuries, Doctor?
It was in a bad way. The doctor should want to Bradley, though. And I suspect he was shot quite close range, too. Because his skin was badly burnt at the point of entry.
Burnt?
As I said, I flipped the fellow over and examined his back, and there was no sign of an exit wound. Which is why I thought I'd better locate the lug and pop it out.
And yet you say you found no bullet inside the patient.
Well, I wouldn't have done, would I? Because it's in the wall of the pawnbrokers. But I'll get there. Anytime to solve the mystery of sanity. There were only expert ballistics who could help, even if it looked extremely untrustworthy.
Oh, I see. There we go.
Objection! There we go. Go for it. Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors again. Wait, those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other.
Oh, ballistic expert!
Pitting P-I-T-T, the protagonist of Kid Icarus.
On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulking Brothers, but since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found and lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, a bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Juror number 6.
Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet you.
This is apparent contradiction in the fact that is so clearly troubling juror number 4. Are you able to explain the mystery?
Why? I have seen a very similar situation in Motherland. It was night, there was blizzard. I was running away from the mountain in freezing cold.
Golly!
The snow was piling high on both sides of the road. It was very narrow and dangerous. My pursuers had hunting rifles. They were on dog sleds.
Mental note, don't ask too many questions.
I was shot from behind and I fell down on snow. And the situation was very similar to what I hear today from Doctor. They could not find bullets in my body. No sign of, how do you say, exit wound.
Then when the bullet go?
Bullet never hit me.
Well, if it never hit you, why did it fall down?
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side.
What?
One small piece, very sharp, broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. It made deep wound that looks just like bullet wound.
Good gracious!
Of course, a piece of ice quickly melted inside me, and that's the solution to mystery of disappearing bullet.
But that doesn't answer the question at all!
Hmm?
This wouldn't happen in a pawnbroker shop. Not some snowy item in the other side of the country.
Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here. Bruno, where exactly was Holly shot again? Well, according to the report, in his stomach. Sort of around this area, I think. Well, that's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt. A pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that. Yes, a pouch! It's where he keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals he uses in investigation. What? Really? Dangerous chemicals? Doctor, where's the pouch Mr. Sholmes wearing?
Well, the fellow had nothing like that on his person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I remember.
If I may,
Lord Von Zieks.
While I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination, I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom.
Sorry?
As I understand it, when the police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured, they removed the pouch in order to assess the wound.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment.
Since then, it has been in my safekeeping along with all the other evidence pertaining to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred.
Very well. While extremely unconventional during a summation examination, I must demand the prosecutor presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. I see. So this is the pouch worn by the Mr. Sholmes, the knight in question, is it?
Look at that. One of the files is broken, and the lower round is scorched black. It's almost as if the file exploded.
Exploded!
So, that night, the bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
Animals so fast, file exploded, and little injury.
This bullet did not penetrate victim but was deflected into wall of shop. A delightfully complex aroma.
Well, it would appear that one mystery has been solved at least.
Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case. The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. The pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered.
But at least the mystery is solved. I can release them. Thank you, young man.
Thank you very much. Very much.
Glad I could help.
Due to its bearing on the conundrum solved, the court will sequester the scruffy pouch as evidence.
Oh, this pouch isn't scruffy!
Now, the summation examination.
It's really scorched badly just here. Oh, the strap is broken, look! This must be where the bullet hit, then. Let me see. Ah, there it is. There it is. What the? Iris, look! Behind where the broken file was. You see it? Ah, that's the Skulkin brothers' bullet! What a stroke of luck that it hit his pouch. This is an amazing discovery. What this means is, there were 3 bullets fired at Windy Banks that night. Right, exactly what the juror was talking about. 3rd bullet. Time to press the juror again, I think. Oh wait, I think it's time to press that juror again, I think. I don't know why my voice suddenly sounded like a 10-year-old girl's. Please, my lord, a little more time. After all, that's a new piece of evidence. It could be a valuable clue. And you can't just afford to overlook anything here, Renosuke. There's a way to turn things around somehow. I'm sure of it. Easy. Here we go. Press. Hold it! And hold, and we can go through this. Okay. Easy. 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 I can prove it! Slam the desk, please. Allow me to show you then. The 3rd bullet. Take that! Here it is. We discovered just now. Yes, on the night in question, Windy Banks prawn brokery. On the night in question in Windy Banks pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired.
Hold it!
What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer? Where did you find that bullet?
It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch.
What?
This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to hospital, and since then, it's been touched by no one.
Do you mean to say the shot fired by the Skulkin brothers that night?
Yes, as your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch.
But that makes no sense whatsoever! Already know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. Clear for them with this photographic print.
Oh,
2 guns from the scene have already been submitted to the court record as evidence.
Yes, that's Mr. Winterback, and that's belonging to the Skulkin brothers.
An examiner of both guns revealed that only a single bullet had been fired from each.
but that must mean
That's right. We now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene, and until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment.
Oh!
Reach it to be continued, that's it for me. I hope I reach it to be continued soon as well.
Order! While this summation examination remains incomplete, the court is presented with new facts. Facts that would appear to shake the very foundations upon which this case against offense was built.
Are we going back to an investigation, perhaps?
As is my prerogative in this situation, I temporarily suspend the summation examination. By Jupiter!
What?
Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once.
Oh, interesting.
Oh!
Witness!
No!
Proceeded while the defense carried out the summation examination.
Perhaps we can dispense with the tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
Make of it, Gov. I didn't make nothing of it. If I can help it.
Is one of yours?
Go, Blimey, just a chance.
In that case, did you have an accomplice?
Whoa, hey, whoa. We'll just go combine it alone. Let's do it. That's right, Mark.
How soon we forget poor Sulky.
Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The third bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Lummy, that's a head scratcher. Counsel for the defense.
Yes.
I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. The third bullet and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came.
Thinking back, from over the testimony we heard, all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture of what really happened that night. My lord, I think it's clear what the third bullet tells us about the Skulkin brothers. They're the secret accomplice. On that night at Windybank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a third man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice. But the evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present. Someone carrying a gun.
Objection!
An accomplice, you say? Pig's will. These are protracted proceedings. These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time there has been not a murmur of a third man. This apparently wraith-like being exists. The court must be thrown hardly ever. Without it, this fantasy would be crushed.
Ah, and I have that evidence, but I don't realize it.
Answer to the first one, proof, evidence that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. And the secondly, who it was.
Yeah, okay. This is easy. The Skulkins are clearly lying. I know it. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding?
Well, counsel.
I'm supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice and reveal the person's identity even. In response to the prosecution's demand, my lord, the defense is ready to present answers. Defense is ready. I believe I can provide all the answers the prosecution demands.
So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. This promises to be interesting.
I have to push forward now. There's no other option. I need to use every single piece of evidence available to me if it will make a difference.
In that case, counsel, without delay. On the night in question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there was a third intruder at the scene?
Take that!
The evidence is right here in this portfolio.
By Jove, it's that portfolio again, is it?
Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. You claim one of those blood samples proved the presence of a third intruder. Well, which one isn't?
Take that!
This is the blood sample that proves it. Oh, fuck you. It had to be the other one? Really? They're both green blood. I don't see why it matters which one I present first.
I think that's sort of genius. You give such a completely wrong answer, personally.
The kind of genius I could really do without. I have the genius to not do that, unfortunately. Anyway, then it's this one.
Take that!
I swear to God. God damn it! They're the same fucking blood! I just need to present both of them! Oh God, that's dumb. That's fucking dumb. I'm sorry.
What am I looking at here? There appears to be some sort of green paint of such like around the bullet hole in the middle of the calendar.
That's a blood stain, my lord.
A blood stain?
Green blood, curious even for you. Is the call to understand that the intruder was some kind of unhuman creature.
It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
My greatest detective!
New invention, stop! Not yet, being sorry, stop!
It's this, you see. It doesn't have a name yet, though. This fog sprays a chemical that reacts with different elements in people's blood to change its color.
Different elements of people's blood?
Yes, everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. So by selecting what color it changes to, so by seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is. Oh, that brings a whole new extra dimension looking at blood.
Talk of blood in courtroom, stop, very exciting, stop! An example is this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windybank.
Ah, a striking blue.
Yes, so you see, the green color of the blood shows that somebody else was shown in the main part of the shot.
Now, hold well there. Could it be some unrelated incident? Could it be?
No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Windybank was killed.
By golly!
Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day.
Then whose blood is it?
Well, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries. Which means that it must be the blood of somebody else, the third intruder, in fact.
Objection! Whose identity is the court is still waiting to hear.
You can't delay this any longer, my learned friend.
Who is this alleged third intruder? Mr. Eggert Benedict.
Take that!
The man's name is Eggert Benedict.
Eggert Benedict? What on earth are you talking about, counsel?
He paid a visit to Miss Windybank's pawnbrokery on the afternoon that the incident took place.
When the accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession.
That's right. The man identified by the defense, Mr. Eggert Benedict, then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force.
Yes, sir. I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you. No. Yes, sir. The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Now that's a lie! What were you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel. And needless to say... Ho ho! I need music boxes too.
Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc.
Can you corroborate this, counsel, Inspector?
Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Windybank for a print of showing the fellow.
Taken from one of his red-handed recorded
Gubbinses. Yes, they're talking to Mr. Windybank that morning.
And you claim that this man is the brother's accomplice.
Well, Mr. and Mr. Skulkin,
Never seen the gold before in my life.
Oh, me love go. Me love never seen him.
Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears that our witnesses disagree with this assertion.
I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion.
which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice.
Yes, and I can.
Then throw us the evidence.
I agree. We must see proof that the
This is it. The time has come and so have I. This is the last piece of evidence. I've had a feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. But now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom.
Are you ready to accept charges at the court then?
Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print is in fact the third bullet. Here we go.
Take that!
That proof is right here, in this portfolio.
Good gracious, Dr. Control. Yes.
I see you share my interest in claret-colored liquids, my Bonnie's friend, but enough. The court demands to see further evidence. Which blood sample proves you to identify?
It really dragged this out, hey.
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully and admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Miss Windybanks.
Which is when the aforementioned Edgar Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. The man then attempted to purloin the article from the defendant's possession, no?
That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It was following this that a minor incident occurred.
But of course, here's the disc for you. Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute! That disc! Eat mine!
Oh! What do you think you're doing, you little twamp? You don't blood, you filthy animal!
There we are. There it is.
Being a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp metal protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions caused by Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed, and the resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Goodness, a bloodstain, is it?
My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here, in this very courtroom.
Using my trusty fogger gun.
Yes, and we added the results to this portfolio.
I say!
It's green! It's exactly the same color as the blood around the calendar. Stop!
The evidence is conclusive. The man calling himself Mr. Egbert Benedict, who was in Windybanks earlier today, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime the same night.
This is what I say. Look at those two brothers now. They're sweating buckets.
Wait, who are you talking about? It's boiling in here.
My lord, it is the opinion of the defense that Mr. Egbert Benedict should be summoned to the courtroom to testify.
It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
This has gone on long enough now, this flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Sherlock Holmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. The protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes, a god of detection or some such. And now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court of the land to expect us to take you seriously. The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence. So the bloodstain turned a shade of green. What of it? Here's to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world could turn the same color.
Ah, well.
And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it.
Is he right? Is Mr. Sholmes conducting a lot of rubbish? I don't know. I mean, he's a great detective.
What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that.
That's true.
I knew it would come to this. Of course, Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body, but what other choice did I have?
I'm just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. About how he was temporarily suspending the domination examination.
Ah,
In other words, the examination isn't over yet, is it?
Good grief! What did you just say, young girl?
And in a domination examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? So the way I see it, it doesn't matter what certain other people think of Lili's invention. At least, not for now.
Yes, she's right.
Young lady, you have quite the devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Whether these ladies and gentlemen of the jury are convinced by what you say, Bruno. Is that about right, would you say? Or did I misunderstand something?
Unbelievable. Mr. Shom's partner is a force to be reckoned with.
Iris Wilson, sharpshooter! Sharpshooter, Shala!
I wish I was at table. You gotta stop saying that. We get it. You want to be slammed. I understand. By Von Zeeks.
After that shrewd process of the situation without an unexpected source, it must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to be reach its conclusion. This is absurd! Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to your final leanings in this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to a fair and just conclusion.
I wish I was an egg.
So then, please say your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty!
Not guilty.
Conveniently, 2 of them say guilty. And he fucking slams it with his head. I love that still.
2 call guilty and 4 call not guilty.
Iris's rifle's getting hotter! My rifle's getting hotter! And they have British accents as well. It just fits. This is the prequel to Xenoblade Chronicles.
Objection!
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage.
The prosecution refuses to accept this decision.
On what grounds?
If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, then they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt.
I'm sorry, Lord Von Zeeks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue.
Oh!
Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very recently requested the subpoena of a new witness.
Charlotte, but actually, no shit, you're right.
But sadly, I fear that will be impossible.
What?
The name the gentleman gave for himself, Egbert Benedict, is quite clearly false.
I don't believe it. Just when I'd managed to prove the man was there that night.
Could I say something?
Who's this?
Who was that, please? Who spoke?
It was me, my lord.
Juror number 5. Does she perhaps know this Egbert Benedict guy?
What do you have to say, madam?
If possible, Inspector,
Me, Mom?
I wonder if you might show the photographic print to me again. The one in which the gentleman has shown.
Right, yes, this one you mean. Of Benedict.
This is my husband. Yes, there's no doubt in my mind.
Juror number 5, you don't mean to say. You know this man?
Yes, I know him.
What?
No! Good gracious!
This is so fucking convenient.
Ora! Juror number 5, how on earth?
I'm a communications officer. Stop.
As we can clearly see.
The gentleman in the photograph is. Stop. Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop. A retaliatory operator, in fact. Stop. You should be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop.
This doesn't seem right somehow. I can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right.
I suppose we all imagined the accomplice would be some sort of hardened criminal. It's a bit unexpected to find out that he's respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night.
Yes, I suppose that it. That's why I felt something was wrong.
The gentleman at London's communication station should be able to subpoena with him within the hour. Lord Von Zeeks, if you please.
Yes, my lord.
Make the necessary arrangement with all haste.
The amount of coincidence of this freaking jury. Yeah. Holy shit. As your lordship bids. I do think the jury serves as a really interesting storytelling mechanic in this game and gives good reason to like create new characters that can be reused. Like witnesses that aren't criminals that can be like reused and reappear later. But it is fucking... what's the word? Story irony. Anyway.
When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson. Yes, my lord. I should like to hear from you specifically about events of the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, my lord. Very well. Go to the John until 1:40 p.m.
Alright, we got to the to be continued. I went a bit longer than I had initially planned, but we got there in the end. And this is where we stop for tonight. Things are heating up. Things are really heating up. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get another 2 parts done tomorrow. I'm assuming the trial will be longer than at least 3 parts. So, next time on the Great Ace Attorney Adventures, we will be continuing Trial 5. I will see you then. Thanks for joining me, Bank. Thanks for joining me, Curb. Nice to chat. Been fun. I'm really enjoying this game. It has its ups and downs. I've had some, like, you know, I had the issue with that one piece of evidence, right? But, like, yeah, no, this is fun. This is so good. It breaks conventions of previous Ace Attorney games as well, which is great. It doesn't feel like it's building too much off of the sort of... Because Dual Destinies really kind of had this whole... Oh, we're just standard Ace Attorney again, right? So... And it's, I mean, Spirit of Justice did do a few things, like having a trial that was a, what's the word? A civil trial? Is that the word? Rather than a criminal one. But yes, this has been great. Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining.